YouTube is on. Good day, everyone, to the Season 9 PDR. We have 30 minutes to go. Then everything begins. We said it before. We're looking forward to play the new Hand of Nas build. Thank you, 5, for the 50 months of support. 5, welcome back. If you don't know what Hand of Nas does, it makes your skeletal mages become archmages that do 100% more damage and do area of effect damage. This area of effect together with Ring of Mendeln should be crazy, okay? Then we have Aspect of Service and Sacrifice for 200% more damage. So that's also good. But as chat just said, we're going to be losing Soul Rift, okay? No more Soul Rift, no more Barrier, no more bonus damage, nothing. Soul Rift is now horrible, and you don't actually want to play it. This means we're either forced to play Army of the Dead, or we're going to play Blood Wave, or we would have to play Bone Storm again. So don't underestimate the option to actually play Bone Storm, because we could play Bone Storm and then as one aspect actually just play the shielding aspect. Instead of Hardened Bones for the damage reduction, we could play the shielding aspect and then just return to the barrier. Here, what was it? Bone Storm. Right here, Shielding Storm, exactly. So 8% of max life as barrier. I would hate to play this, but it would be possible. Okay? Chris, good to see you there. Mick, howdy. Pleasure. New season PTR test realm is coming. What I'm looking to is Horadric spells, guys. So there is a Horadric spell that is called Smoldering Ember, Nebulous Extract, Glacial Nimbus, Corrosive Vapor. No. That's not the spell. We're looking at the catalyst. So the catalyst could be Astral Pillar. Shape a pillar that taunts. Okay, every 7 seconds we get a pillar that taunts, or we could get a Disintegrate that would happen every 4 seconds. And Disintegrate could get a barrier spell. So there's Bottled Wind, and this says, invoking your catalyst grants a barrier equal to 50% of your maximum life for 4 seconds. Fire Hazard, we're doing well. Thank you for asking. Appreciate it. Hope your family's doing great too. So this would technically allow us to be fully buried. If we then temper barrier generation, because that's the thing, on my boots as a tempering stat, I could go for barrier generation. On my helmet as a tempering stat, I could also go for barrier generation. And then the actual barrier generation from the Disintegrate would be more. That's a plan I'm having right now. Alternative, you could, or not only alternative, on top. What about barrier from the Druid, the Qui rune? Invoke the Druid's Earthen Bulwark, granting yourself a barrier. Requires 300 offering. Okay, 300 offering is easily achieved by Nagu in this case. So we could take Nagu, that every here, Nagu rune. Nagu is with summons, so we would have every 5 seconds, we would get a huge amount of... Oh, he replaced my Nagu. Every 5 seconds, we would get a huge amount of barrier from the Druid Bulwark. So this together with the Disintegrate and the Bottled Wind could potentially help. Alternative, instead of playing Nagu, you could also play Buck. That's actually a good point. So we got Neo Quox, but you could also play Buck. Buck says... No, not Buck. Ooh. Which one was the other legendary one? Buck was that? Igni. Igni stores offering. That is 25 every 0.3 seconds. So it'd be 75 every second, which makes it 150. So 4 seconds, right? Yeah, every 4 seconds we would get 300 offering. Maybe? So either every 5 seconds or every 4 seconds, that could work. There are 2 options to like gain barrier, but we definitely have to do something to gain barrier. You do technically have this skill here, Necrotic Fortitude, that up to a 15% chance to grant yourself 7% of maximum life for 6 seconds. but it's 15%. That's not a lot of lucky hit chance. I'm not sure if there's a temper for Necrotic Fortitude, to be honest. There's only Necrotic Carapace temper, exactly. There's no Necrotic Fortitude temper. That's a problem. Every 5 seconds? No. Nagu is every 5 seconds 600, right? And Igni is every 4 seconds 300. Grayson, thank you very much for your subscription and support. Grayson, welcome to the family. Howdy. So these are my options I have to stay alive. That being said, I'm not sure if we want to play Army of the Dead. Maybe we just play Bone Storm. It would feel stupid, it would feel weak, and I wouldn't like it, but we'll see about that. By the way, my minion mommy needs to quickly get her chest plate, and I don't know where the chest plate is. Friggity frig. Because I need to, like, before the test server opens, I need to make sure that my minion character has all the good stuff on him, because it's gonna make a copy of my account if everything works out, if the account copy is available. And I hope that he's actually going to take the good one. Shroud. Shroud of the False Death. Who has my Shroud right now? Definitely not my Necro. Which one did I play last? Ah, the Druid. Thank you for reminding me. The Druid played the Shroud last. I just gotta make sure that my minion Necro has it all. And then when we copy over, we actually have good gear. And we just have to cheese ourselves the Hand of Nas. That'd be amazing. Okay, that's the Shroud of the False Death. That's amazing. Let's make sure that we have the runes too. We got Nagu. We get a Lith rune. We got a Bach rune. We got it. I mean, I'm going to be getting all these anyways, but I'm just making sure that we have this here available before I'm just going to be looking like an absolute douche nozzle copter and just searching for them, right? Because the game is like uncool and doesn't give us what we need. With sacrifice, service and sacrifice, can bone mages survive the HP loss? I don't think that bone mages will ever survive the HP loss. Bone mages will always be at the mercy of the HP loss, sadly. I wish it wasn't that way, but I don't expect them to actually survive. You guys have to level 0 on PDR, use the old charts. There is a boost on the PDR if they activate it for day 1. Sometimes for some reason they don't activate it for day 1. Okay, we got Neo and Zan. That's what we need. And we also have Nagu and Zek. Okay. This one has me have Quox now too. You don't need Zen. We need Quox. Quox is like better than Zen. I have Zel. I have Mott. I have Q. Lacry. I need Quox too. Quox, I have Quox. Okay, so that's perfect. So Quox is like better than this, actually. We don't need the overpower anymore. Okay, that should work. If we then play the helmet. I'm not sure on the pans, to be honest. So if you think about the pans have 4 ranks to Hellbound Commander. And every rank to Hellbound Commander is like 10% more damage, right? But it also has the 50% damage multiplier. So it's 4 ranks plus 50%. That's 90% in total. That being said, every rank to Skeleton Mage is 20%. So if I now get 6 ranks in Skeleton Mages on my pans, that would be 120%. So what do you think is better now, chat? Because we don't need the Golem Mastery. We don't need the ranks to Curse Skills. So would it be better to just play in normal pans?
Well done.
We could try summoning Skeleton Mages. Yes, we will play the Skeleton Mage build. I have it fully laid out for you. We're going to play Hardened Bones, Shroud of the False Death, Hand of Nas to make them into Archmages with the Blood Moon Breaches or normal pans. Then Occult Dominion with Aspect of Service and Sacrifice for 200% more damage. Because Aspect of Service and Sacrifice is quite interesting. The here's Service. The Aspect says, Skeletal Warriors explode on death. Dealing 2,000 physical damage to surrounding enemies. They lose 25 life per second while in combat. This is for skeletal warriors. And then mages take 90% less damage and deal 100% more. Your mages just do 200% more damage. Boom. Legendary with temper seems better. Yeah, if I get a normal pants, so let's say I get a pants here. Any pants, to be honest, here, like this normal pants with intelligence, right? And we would go to the dude, and then we're gonna like just roll the fire resistance, and we're gonna try to get Skeletal Mage Mastery now. Because if I would now get Skeletal Mage Mastery here, this can go up to 2 ranks, and then you can temper it up to 4 ranks. And if it's a greater affix, I think it starts at 3, and you can temper it up to 6. And 6 ranks is 120% multiplicative more damage. That's more than Hellbent Commander and the... And I could get maximum life on it, and I could get intelligence on it, and intelligence would also be then more damage again. Technically, a normal pants would just be so much better. And it's unlikely that I'll ever get more ranks to Skeletal Mage Mastery, right? But let's just check if that would be possible. And if I can take these pants, oh my goodness! So he's been offering me that multiple times now. I don't know if I get scammed or not, chat. But it could probably be the way to solve this conundrum. Oh, that brings me to the question. I completely forget about what kind of Horadric gems are we having. Well, you have 2 or more Arcana from school equipped, gain control duration and lucky hit chance. Oh, you get lucky hit chance too. Interesting. Well, you have 2 or more Arcana from School of Power equipped, you get movement speed and crit chance. Well, you have 2 or more Arcana equipped, gain 30% more Barrier, Fortify, and Thorns. That's actually interesting because 30% more Barrier could increase the Barrier from Bottled Wind as well. If you think about these things, right? How can we make things more powerful? After you injure or kill an enemy, your summons are empowered, growing larger and dealing 30% more damage. Injuring an enemy would be 35% and below, and then your minions do 30% more damage. That seems heavily inefficient because you would so long not get a bonus. Like, I'd rather deal 20% more damage. I probably need to play if you would take fatal damage, right? Or you gain primary stat and maximum life. That could be a thing, to be honest, because like with that, I'd be safer. Your catalyst skills gains cooldown reduction, might be needed as well. Your infusions are more potent. Your catalytic skills deal more damage, and then we got deals more damage. However, you lose control over Horadric spellcast, causing your catalyst to inherit infusions randomly, which wouldn't really matter. I can already say Barb is cooked. I want to play a Barbarian, just a basic skill Barbarian, just for the YOLOs. So there are 2 builds I really want to do this season, guys. Okay, listen. So we're going to do the Minion build because the Minion build I'm really hard for. That's super excited, Hand of Nas. But I also want to do a Druid build with the Noxious Spinebreaker. The Noxious Spinebreaker says, every 10 seconds, Pulverize forms a puddle that deals 400% of its damage as poison damage. Okay, great. Awesome. Pulverizing the puddle splashes an additional 40% of the puddle's total damage within the area around it. Cool. My problem right now is, it says every 10 seconds, Pulverize forms a puddle. That means you can only have 1 puddle up, as I understand. And you would want to overpower into that puddle, right? So this is like a bit where I'm unhappy with this, because every 10 seconds I need to overpower to make a super puddle to then spam into the puddle, right? If this would actually say every overpower makes a puddle, it's great. That's where I'm a bit disappointed, but I still want to kind of make it. We'll see if that is in any way good, if that actually allows Pulverize to just be efficient, or if you even try to snapshot it and just spam Pulverize and just don't give a flying fart. Right? Oh, wow. The PDR is going live an hour later. Thank you. Well, I thought the PDR is going live at 7 p.m., guys. I just got like an info from Blizzard. We have to wait another hour. Yikes. This allows us to roll for even more Skeletal Mage Mastery, right? This brings me, like, you know what we should do? We should play without Barrier for a second. So let's assume I'm not going to play the Fortified Grounds Barrier. Okay? We're not going to play Fortified Grounds Barrier. We're just going to get more movement speed. We're going to play only our skeletons. So obviously this is not going to work the way I want it to. So we're going to kick the warriors out. We're going to also kick the golem out, right? All these things are being kicked out. Then we're going to be changing our board here to accommodate the lucky hit on the side. So no more mages, right? We're going to boost this. We don't need any more golems. So we're going to boost our spiked armor. Good. So we're going to be simulating now the playstyle of what if. What would be if we only play the skeleton mages? Now, it won't be the same. We're going to be dropping down in Torment 3 for a jiffy. I am fully armored up. We have this. We don't have barrier. I have 16k life. That's actually a good thing. We technically don't need Harlequin Crest, but I'm going to keep it for now. We got the blade with the army with the finality. We got everything kind of cooking. Okay. Are basic well worth it? Basics are only worth it for classes that actually do a lot of damage with basics. The problem is in Season 9. So basics got buffed. Okay. Every single basic skill does more damage. But what they did is they nerfed the aspect of Moonrise. So aspect of Moonrise used to do 100% more damage. Now it's 60% more damage. Which means that automatically, right? This is the aspect of Moonrise right now. Great. 100% more damage. But if you now use a basic skill and aspect of Moonrise does only 60% damage, and your basic skill got 40% more damage from a buff, well, then what? Then what? Already useless again. No, the PDR is 1 hour and 12 minutes. Unless there are technical issues. I just confirmed that with Blizzard. So that's where basic skills are kind of disappointing. But I wanted to test how Necromancer would play without barrier. For this, we're actually going to refund the Paragon board. Okay. And we're going to be trying to focus on the resistance again. Oh, you know, maybe we have to take bonus damage reduction from close. So we play Eliminator. We're just going to do like a basic run through what we would need. So you would still need to play Cult Leader board. So that changes nothing. But interestingly enough, in the Cult Leader board, I can obviously go for all of these. I can put in the Cult Leader, the Debt Raiser. Then we can make our way over here. And now I don't have to go to this cluster because we only need the Skeleton Mages, right? So I'm going to save myself these points. We don't have to spend them. That's actually pretty useful, I'm going to say. Moving out. I can actually change this point if I wanted to. Then we don't need the Hulking Monstrosity board. We can actually go right away into the Son of Death board. Because that's a 30% crit multiplier. And at the same time of being a 30% crit multiplier, it is damage reduction, resistance to all elements, damage reduction. So this is a biggie. You're getting 5% damage reduction, 10%, 12.5% damage reduction with another 15% damage reduction. That's actually quite good. And you could get yourself bonus maximum life. Sadly, only 8%. And we could probably, in this board, focus on dexterity. This 49 dex is not really bad. No way, it's 54 dex. Cool. And then you make your way into the frailty board. This one I'm a bit sad about because the frailty board in this case would only give you another 5%, 8% life, and 5% attack speed. We could actually play the Skeleton Mage Glyph if we wanted to. I'm not even sure, like, you probably want to play... Here, like, we're just going to put Corporal in for now. Just so I can dingle-dangle with this. We're moving downwards. We get the max life. But what would be the final board? That's the bigger question. Okay, so that's like Corporal activated. And now what's the final board? So we got like some damage, some damage, some damage. Technically, you would have to go for Blood Baguettes for the Blood Orbs, because that would be the most life. Since if I now go into the Flesh Eater board, the problem is, Flesh Eater board, did I get 8% more life? Actually, you know what? This is fine, because you get 8% more life and another 8% more life. I guess it's okay-ish. And you could put in... Yeah, I don't have a glyph to put in. You would probably have to play the mage glyph here. Skeleton mage glyph. So your skeleton mages do more damage. If they ever change this actually to multiplicative, so it's not really worth it. Amplify. Can't actually see any other glyph being used than amplify in this case. There we go. Activated. That would be like roughly be what I would go. So we sit at 18,000. We sit at more life with this board. Oh, that's so cool. But the problem is, so 80,000 life. Now let's dive into Torment 3. Because like, I'm like, Torment 4 would be a bit greedy. So let's dive into Torment 3, but 1 level until Torment 4. So I have no barrier. I only have lucky hit for barrier, chat. Can you please link the planner for the PDR? We don't have the planner saved yet. Here, we don't have this saved. I can save the build. That's Hand of Nas. Hand of Nas. Let me share. Here, share. So this is the plan for today on the PDR, kinda. Okay. Good. Now I would be kind of invisible because of the Shroud of the False Death, so that would actually be good. We can just summon them. Let me do everything. Why am I getting I get lucky hit barrier, right? Yeah, we're not getting barrier here. So this is only lucky hit barrier. Surprise. I'm actually surprised at how much it is right now that I get. Like, I would prefer to play Army of the Dead over anything else, right? I wouldn't like to actually play other stuff. So yeah, obviously this is working in Torment 3, but like you notice, I get hit by something, I'm almost instantaneous dead, right? So if I just walk into anything, if I get hit by whatever kind of like nuisance, like I just die so quick. That's why we're like just shoving it here, right? So if I run in, like my life just goes down. But maybe it could be enough. Let's go out. Let's do tier 4. Would Fall Death be good on a Death Trap build? No, Death Trap build needs to have the chest piece to make the Death Trap a core skill, or Death Trap doesn't work, Master Jedi. So there's no opportunity to actually do that, okay? Let's do Torment 4. Just damage-wise. Damage-wise, you know what? The Lady of the Helltide is good damage. Yeah. How's PDR going? PDR hasn't started yet, Mr. Anubis. This is the actual main game. We're currently testing how Necromancer would play without barrier, or if you only rely on lucky hit barrier, because right now, how do we barrier up? We have a 20% chance to get barrier, but our lucky hit bonus is only 20%. So we don't have much lucky hit. I mean, obviously our Army of the Dead has a lot of lucky hits, so that's great. But I wanted to know, like, if I now send it in with my dude, I mean, obviously I don't have to stand in my enemy here this close, so this makes like no sense why I'm like sending it this deep in. Let me go under gameplay because I need to see the damage numbers. Crit. Because I want to see what the mages do right now. Mages are actually like menaces in terms of how much damage they deal. Just like that, right? Surprisingly, I'm not dying. It's just not going to feel good to rely on the lucky hit. But so what we have to consider is I have 5 mages now, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I have 5 mages. But the Hand of Nas build is actually going to have 13 mages. Or 12 mages. So that's a difference, right? I mean, lucky hit wise, if I have all these mages, then maybe that's enough. Neon Monkey, thank you for 5 gifted memberships on the YouTube. That's very kind of you. Dankeschön, Neon Monkey. I am genuinely happy with this right now, ladies and gentlemen. You know what would be intriguing? Okay, here it comes. If we now play the gem, I mean, we would have to play Barrier Generation, okay? So temper-wise, let's go out for a sec. Does Aspect of the Damned work with Shadow Mages instead of Army of the Dead Aspect and Ultimate? You mean the Aspect of the Damned here? You deal 55% increased shadow damage to enemies afflicted by any curse. Yes, Aspect of the Damned works with the Shadow Mages. The thing is that the Army of the Dead is more damage. Army of the Dead would be on an amulet. Let's see. I mean, we would put Service and Sacrifice on the weapon, right? Service on the weapon, because that's a permanent damage increase on minions, just like that. And then we would put Unyielding Commander on the amulet. So Unyielding Commander on the amulet would be another 162 damage, and Damned would only be another 80% damage. The thing is that Aspect of the Damned always works, while Unyielding only works with the ulti every 7 seconds, but you get the ulti every 7 seconds. What you have to understand is that the ulti is also making corpses, and the ulti is giving you... Boom, come on, brain, say it. Bam. Lucky hit. But this is a huge amount of lucky hit chance that works. Another thing to consider. Again, you're making corpses. If you make corpses, we can kick Amplify out, and we can actually play the Gravekeeper glyph. Gravekeeper is insane, because Gravekeeper says you deal 3% increased damage up to 18% for every close corpse. If we make a lot of corpses, that's a lot of bonus damage. So Gravekeeper in itself is a unique good opportunity for a lot of damage. When is the PDR starting? In 1 hour. I just confirmed this with Blizzard. I asked. I get it from one of the community managers. We have to wait. You could temper a lucky hit if it's worth it. No, lucky hit temper is not worth it, because every bit more is not a lot more. So what I would tend to temper, I think personally, is I would go for tempering, and then I would go for utility. And like, you have multiple choices, okay? So we could go Bone Storm Duration, but we don't want to play Bone Storm. I just really don't like it. I would probably go for Barrier Generation, because Barrier Generation is actually useful. Barrier Generation says whenever you generate Barrier, you get 16.7% more. So if I now get from my skill tree a 1,295 Barrier more, that would be more. Right? So the Barrier Generation stat, then, I don't know if it's actually listed here. Barrier Generation... I don't know if Barrier Generation is listed in this case. But yeah, it would give me more Barrier. Here, Barrier bonus. Huh. The Service and Sacrifice is very good. I mean, it's 145% more. It's 162% more. The Hand of Nas itself that we don't have right now. We could actually simulate this. Wait. Hand of Nas would essentially be the aspect of the Damned currently. Thank you for saying this, because we don't need the Golem aspect. So Hand of Nas would be another 100% more. And yeah, we would probably have the Grasping Veins aspect or Reanimation. We're gonna have to decide on that one if it's like actually worth it or not. Yeah, like, I mean, this is pretty much how the build would look. And even with 5 mages, let's do like a pit 65. Let's see where this is vibing here right now. Will Sorcerer be good next season? Sorcerer can do an absolutely insane Hydra Sork. It's hard to say how good Sork will be, because a lot of the Sork scaling is getting neutered. So I can't really tell you right now. That was a 7 billion hit. Interesting. See, like, my skeletons are just doing insane damage. Like just even with only 5. And why is 5 such a problem, chat? Because we're not getting the maximum bonus from the key passive. So the key passive says 3% more damage per minion. Right now I only have 5 minions. With the Hand of Nas, I would have 12 skeletons. So it's 12 times 3 instead of 5 times 3. But honestly, for my minions being a bunch of losers, right? They're like, I mean, it's just 5 skeletons, and we can do a pit 65 without the Hand of Nas, right? That was a 1.5 billion hit because of the Quox rune. By the way, you can see that this is my Quox rune that gets charged up through the Neo rune. And Neo says, whenever I don't take damage. So if I don't take damage, Neo works. This one here, avoid health damage while fighting for 2 seconds. And then I get 200 offering. And this is obviously bad because, well, I need to really consistently have Barrier up to avoid health damage, right? But we kind of have Barrier up, right? Where we're not really getting health damage. So my Neo rune is actually working. And this is the perfect example, like if I'm actually taking health damage or not, because my Neo rune is just consistently going good. PDR is another hour out, then we go in. I just wanted to be there early for you so we could already discuss some things and test some stuff that actually does work. Because if the concept that I have cooking in my mind works, we're going to be happy. We also need to try out a Shadow Necro because Shadow is getting an insane buff through a Horadric gem. The problem is that it's only good because of a Horadric gem, so that's going to be a bit sad for Shadow. Since if you don't have the gem, then you cannot actually play Shadow, so therefore it's like dead until, right? After patch, will you play from level 1? No, I will straight jump into the end game with a patch. I want to see the Horadric Strongrooms. I want to try around with the Horadric spells, what we can do. I want to like pretty much see how the game would play at its fullest. Because the level experience and everything will be something to enjoy on release. But I'm not here to have fun, right? I'm here to test things for all of us to see how well stuff would work. You know what? Like with 5 minions, it kind of works efficiently enough already. I could see this cooking with a maximum amount of minions. Which boss layer boss drops the Hand of Nas? There's no information yet, but we're gonna have the PDR booster. Do we know which layer boss drops Hand of Nas? Add blood. I'm pinging in the creator Discord chat. Okay, chat. Like, you can only play PDR if you have the game on Battle.net. You need to have the game on Battle.net. You cannot log in over PlayStation. You cannot log in over Steam. It is only Battle.net available PTR. Okay. So now to the bonus of getting lucky hit barrier, chat. We are planning to play, just in case you missed it, we're planning to play the lucky hit, the barrier from the bottled wind, and we're potentially planning to get the bonus barrier from our gems here, because this one gives us another 30% more barrier generation. That should be huge amounts of barrier, right? The Seal of Denial together with the Disintegrate together with the bottled wind. Maybe that's going to be good. I really cannot say yet. We'll see. You have a Discord? In the chat. Exclamation mark Discord. 30's a lot. 30's a lot. And we could play the Quay rune. This one I actually haven't played. So what did we want to do? We had the cooldown reduction on. Let's forget about the cooldown reduction. Let's actually put the Quay rune in. So we wanted to check what if I have the Quox rune for the bonus damage, right? And then we're going to also put on the... Here, Earthen Bulwark. Let's go back in. Because now I'm going to maintain summons, right? And then invoke the Druid's Earthen Bulwark skill for 3 seconds, granting yourself a barrier. But Overflow says more seconds. So I would get for 6 seconds, because I overflow by 300, a barrier bonus. So let's see what we get now with these two in town. We're going to pull everything together. We're going to have all of that going on. I have full barrier. Okay. So alone without the power right now, we have a full barrier. My barrier is going down a bit. My barrier is being restored, even though I'm taking damage, right? I'm hearing the lightning damage. The elemental shit is hitting me. Ow, ow, ow. Still full barrier. Boom, we're going. Barrier goes a bit down. We're zooming in to get this up. Okay, full barrier again. Like, I hate that I have to do it, right? But I can maintain my full not taking health damage. Like, I haven't taken a single point of health damage. See, we have the Druid barrier up around us again. I mean, it's shit that we're bound to a rune, because what if you don't get the rune? Then you're screwed, as always. But hey, it works. That's pretty good. So yeah, with the Druid barrier, it's even more. So we could survive in tier 4, Torment 4, fully resistanced up, right? 18,000 HP. We need a lot of HP, obviously, for this. And it would even be better on the PDR. Oh, that's the first time I actually took damage. How are you keeping mana up? Corpses. So the only way to keep mana up in this case here is by consuming corpses, which you anyways have to do to, like, so I have to spam my corpse consumption to get the corpses, but I have to do this anyways because I need to trigger the Flesh Eater glyph. So I am pretty much just spamming corpse. I'm spamming Ray Skeleton, but I should get Corpse Explosion. So I should probably put some points into Blighted Corpse Explosion, that I then spam Corpse Explosion, which is also another source of lucky hits, so that's actually a nice one. But yeah, that would be the most reasonable way to do this. Okay, yeah, we're not taking health damage. This is huge. It works. Chat, I'm very happy. Decisions are good. Maybe you can save some new gems to build up more damage. Are there possibilities? The gems are a bit shit for Necro. So when it comes down to damage gems, let's enter damage, okay? We got, after you injure or kill an enemy, you get 30% more damage for your summons for 4 seconds. And Dariel Duriel Harbinger, guys. Hand of Nas and Dariel Duriel Harbinger, okay? So we could get 30% more damage with this, okay? Cool. Then we have damage again. It would be you deal 20% more damage and take 10% more, but shadow damage doesn't count as elemental damage if I'm not mistaken, but I actually don't know completely. We could take, after you take fatal damage, we don't die, but that's kind of useless. And then we have our catalyst deals more damage. So that actually would be it already. I would most likely take, for each arcana from a unique school you have equipped, gain 5% damage reduction and 1% maximum resistance to all elements. Honestly, I would take that one and then just say, fuck it. I'll just have more damage reduction. The PDR is live in 1 more hour. There is also patch notes out for what you just saw, chat. So this was the tiny patch you've just seen. It's just bug fixes. That's it. Nothing special. So that 1.5 gigabyte patch is just bug fixes. I mean, the basic material cost of masterworking through ranks 1 to 4 has been reduced, as well as the masterwork reset requirements. Wait, let's check that. Let's install this because we want to see. Minions playable. Yes, minions are playable, very well playable. And with the Hand of Nas, they should be even better. So minions were playable in season 8. In season 8, you could clear up to pit 100 with minions. And now with the new changes, minions potentially didn't get nerfed. Why? Okay, listen, guys. Everything got nerfed. Everything got nerfed Necromancer-wise. Every single overpower build. The Blood Wave. The Bloody Bloodlands. The Bloody Bone Spear. Bone Spirit. Not a single build left standing, but minions. Minion build is only good for living from 1 to 60. Truly spoken like someone who does not have a clue. No offense, sir. Minions are fantastic. I mean, right now, if we're looking for the pit leaderboard, let's check. Where's the first minion player currently? Necromancer. We have Race Skeletons. Boinky Flippy. 101, Jericho. Then 99, 98, 94, 91, 90. And this is with Soul Rift, though. So not with the Hand of Nas, with everything updated, right? Standard, but possible. Pretty good for minions, to be honest. But obviously, you need to put quite something in for minions. So right now, the test on live, the patch on live, reduced the masterworking cost. What I need to know is, how much does the reset cost now? Because the 1 to 4 reset used to cost 5 million. Is there a way to make the minions focus a single target? Chat, we get a joker in here. Minions focusing one target. Does this look like Path of Exile 2 for you? You fool. There's not a single way to make minions focus a single target. The only thing you can do, okay, Histo, you can pull everyone together with a corpse tendrils. And then you go for area effect. Come closer. Come closer. Hand of Nas. Your mages turn into archmages. Skeletal archmages teleport to safety when attacked, and their attacks occasionally shatter on impact, dealing 100% increased damage to the target and up to 3 additional targets. So Hand of Nas, 4 targets, and Ring of Mendon, also an explosion. Which means for me, we pull everything together. We don't need single target damage because your minions should technically do area damage. Technically. Okay, could you please update this game here right now? We can see what's happening. So you're trying to play with minions, but they keep getting stuck and spread for everywhere. Minions teleport if you walk far enough. The real trick with minions is sending it. So you as the front line, you need to run there where you want them to be. If you run fast enough, they'll just be behind you. Okay? If you don't run fast enough, no behind you. It is the greatest complaint, though, we have. I could pull this up, and this complaint is being made pretty much every week to Blizzard, that we need something to target our minions, that it's a disgrace that we don't have this. Ta-da. The cost to reset Masterwork is 5 million gold for 30 iron and 20 Veiled Crystals, 5 Forgotten Souls. So it still costs 5 million gold. Did you update Uziel? The question is, did you do the update already? The PDR, Swiggy, is not live yet. The PDR is live in the next hour. We have it currently 7:13. 7:13 is not 8 p.m. This is without the patch. Yes, 5 million gold is the standard reset. That's why I'm downloading this patch here real quick so we can test. What do you think about the Blizzard aspect of the mages? So the problem with the Blizzard aspect is that I'm not sure if every mage spams the Blizzard or there's only one Blizzard. My thought was, sure, we could probably take the what was the Coldbringers? Coldbringer. Wait, sorry, I need this one. Coldbringer. Okay, it's Coldbringer in 2 words. No, Blizzard. Wait, is it a chest aspect? Coldbringers, yeah. Every 4 seconds, your skeletal mages cast a blizzard that deals cold damage, and continuously chills enemies for 8% over 4 to 6 seconds. I think they only cast 1. So if every single mage would cast a blizzard and you would actually get 12 blizzards, then it could technically be worth it. But it will still not be worth it, right? The problem is that you can't scale the blizzard's damage no matter what you do. Okay? You can't scale the damage no matter what you do, so it won't be worth it. Sadly. It would be really cool if it was worth it and you could actually play the Bloodless Scream. The Bloodless Scream is a kind of cool weapon because the Bloodless Scream says now your darkness skills chill enemies for up to 100% damage and deal 200% increased damage to frozen enemies or bosses. The problem is this works on darkness skills and it doesn't actually work on your minions. Okay? So minions don't count as darkness skills, sadly. Hydra is getting huge. Yes, Hydra is probably going to be very nice, and I would be really interested in making a Hydra build, but it's more down the line, right, Mike? I will definitely want to make a Hydra build. I mean, seriously, they give us a 3-headed Hydra that you can put more heads on that will do multiplicative more damage. Count me in. Count me in. Why wouldn't I want to do that? Okay, let's see the respec cost now for 1 to 4 item. What's new with the patch today? Masterwork cost down.
I suppose this place will have to do.
Okay, we're gonna take my 4 times Masterwork item, and if I now want to reset it, it's still 5 million golds, but no more resources. Look at this. It's only 1 Forgotten Soul, 5 and 10. Okay, but how much is the upgrade? It's only 1 Forgotten Soul too. Wow, that's actually cheap now. It's still 1 Forgotten Soul. It's now 2 Forgotten Souls, and it's now 2. That's reasonably cheap. So the actual upgrading, the actual masterworking up, is cheap, but they didn't lower the reset cost gold-wise. I think this is a big dud. I mean, I have 11 billion gold, don't get me wrong, but not lowering the gold cost is definitely a dud. Let me actually check what did they say in the patch notes. The basic material cost for masterworking through has been reduced, but not the gold cost. All costs except Opticide and gold. Any news on PDR? PDR is available in 14 minutes. And we have already planned out our character very nicely. The only thing I'm still trying to do is I'm trying to re-roll the Skeletal Mage Mastery in 2 ranks of Skeletal Mage Mastery. But I don't think I'll actually get that. Because we did the math and we figured out if I would get a greater affix Skeletal Mage Mastery pens, then they would be better than... here. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. We got it. Okay, let's try to masterwork these pens now, okay? With the resources we have. I need to hit the skeletal. No, I don't have enough Opticide. Robbery. Filthy, dirty robbery, ladies and gentlemen. Gunpoint to the face robbery. Okay, we cannot experiment more. Okay, because the normal pans will have more damage than the Blood Moon Breaches, even with a greater affix Hellbent Commander. I guess a Blood Moon Breaches is just easier to get than a... So it's a 20k life. Best way to get Opticide in the future, it's going to be Nightmare Dungeons. Because Nightmare Dungeons actually get buffed. Right? I mean, it used to be different, but nowadays it should be Nightmare Dungeons. In Season 9. We'll see. Mr. Anonymous, thank you for gifting a sub out. Do appreciate it. Dankeschön. The game urgently needs to fix some problem. Dupers are making Opticide dupes. Oh, like the duping is out of control. There's no questions asked, my friend. I don't know how... There's like how Blizzard cannot stop the duping. Like I literally don't understand how that is even remotely possible, but it is what it is, you know. It's sad to see, but I guess I'm not surprised in the slightest.
You can still use these.
Yeah, Swiggy, right now Nightmare Dungeons would provide less Opticide. But I think it should provide more in the long run, you know? Is playing through the campaign a good strategy to level, or is it super slow? No, it's not super slow, but it's also unnecessary. The game gives you plenty ways to level fast. If you still have to beat the campaign, but don't repeat it just for the leveling purpose. Okay? Rico, it seems like that the 8 p.m. start is intended, so we're actually not on time. Because if you look in all the Diablo blocks, they never actually mention when the PDR is going to start. No, it was never supposed to start at 7 p.m. If you actually, like, this is the biggest scam, right? People think it was supposed to start early at 7 p.m., but that's because people are getting the wrong times. If you're looking for Diablo 4 Season 9 PDR time, you get like Vowhat talking about when it actually is. Here, Vowhat is saying the time. But if you look into their blog and you look for the time when it's supposed to start, it says nowhere. You know, it tells you how to install the PDR and when the PDR is on which day, but it actually never states a time because they hate us. It is mentioned, the Catch Up on Stream article. Is it mentioned there, Rico? Because like in the actual article, it's not mentioned, right? In the actual article about the PDR. Why can't you change between your builds in the armory? Bugged? I mean, so far our plan for the PDR is, okay, chat? Let's put out here the thingy. So season 9 of PDR plans. Test Minion Necro. Or test Hand of Nas Archmages. Then is Blood Wave, Blood Spear, lands dead? Question mark. Correct. How's Overpower doing? We want to see the Horadric Strongrooms. We want to see a escalating Nightmare. Play around with Horadric spells. And have Necro survive. Ta-da. What I wonder is, if we figured out the Necro survival, which Horadric spell would be the best? Because you have the choice between the Astro Pillar, Shape an Ethereal Column that taunts for 3 seconds, not so interesting. Celestial Surge would pull in all surrounding enemies and then rain down stars. Cool. With the Cosmic Anomaly, manifest up to 5 anomalies that are around you and they count as summons. And I wonder if these anomalies are being boosted by what I do. Right? And if we're at 5 anomalies, I'm also unstoppable, which is amazing for the Necro. So technically, I should take the anomalies, as the anomalies also have Lucky Hit. And if the anomalies have Lucky Hit, then they can actually trigger Necrotic Fortitude. By the way, it is not worth it to put Occult Dominion on your amulet. No. We're not going to do that. We're going to get ourselves the maximum amount of mages with the Occult Dominion on our boots. For 2 more mages, no. 2 more mages don't give you that much. They give you 6% more damage, and the 2 mages have the potential to wreck a lot of havoc, but no. Absolutely not. So we'll probably have to go for the summons, right? I want to look at the legendary jewels. Okay, we got Bloody Charm. What does Bloody Charm say? Your Catalyst gains a specialized execute effect for non-boss enemies with 20 or less life. That's useless. Floaty Bobble. Your Catalyst gains a specialized blink effect that grants unhindered for 4 seconds. Floaty Bobble creates the following effect for each Catalyst. Cosmic Anomaly blinks you to its implosion, grants unhindered, and cleanses all your negative effects. Useless? I mean, the executions are anyways, like, all useless. Frigid Heart was a freeze. Anomalies have a 20% chance to preserve themselves instead of imploding and freeze surrounding enemies. That's not bad. Nightmare Orb, that's a fear effect, but the fear effect is bullshit in any way, right? And we got Pressurized Steam. Your Catalyst gains a specialized stun effect the last 3 seconds. Pressurized Steam creates the particles from your anomalies deal their damage instantly and have 25% chance to stun. Hmm. You could make your Astral Pillar waves have a 30% chance to stun enemies for a second and are guaranteed to overpower stunned enemies. It's actually kind of funny. Because the Astral Pillar has one advantage. It does two things. Astral Pillar does put a column down, but it also does damage. I wonder how much damage the Astral Pillar does if it does a taunt and damage effect, right? Hmm. You don't get an lick. You're counting wrong. So if you sacrifice Skeletal Warriors, you should get a total of the amount of warriors sacrificed. So you sacrifice with the Occult Dominion on your amulet 7 warriors in total. So that is then 6 mages plus 7 warriors. There is not another +1 for sacrificing warriors. It is like the Hand of Nas states specifically, sacrificing both Skeletal Mage and warriors, sacrificing both Skeletal Warriors and Golems grants an additional Skeletal Mage for each minion sacrificed. Right? That's it. So if you sacrifice 7 warriors, you get +7 mages. If you sacrifice 1 golem, you get +1 mage. So +8 in total. If you then have it on your amulet. Pillar is every 7 seconds. Pillar is every 7 seconds. We don't know if it on rank 20 gets a lower cooldown. This was specifically mentioned for others. So, for example, the Surge has a lower cooldown, the Disintegrate, and the Propulsion. All of these get lower cooldowns with higher level. On the Pillar, it was not mentioned. But there is a gem cooldown. The Minion AI, which gives your Catalyst skill another 25% cooldown reduction. So now we have 7 seconds times 0.25. So we would lose 1.75 seconds. Obviously that would not work, but then we have 5.25 seconds. Are blood builds dead for season 9? I will tell you. And we will try. The conclusion right now is that Blood Wave should still work. The difference is that it shouldn't just do uber billions of damage. Right? So instead of doing 100 billion, it's going to do 10 to 20 billion. Oh no, Chad. Oh no. How sad. PDR is in 30 minutes. Yes, Chronic Trigger. We will see all the things in the PDR as soon as things are live. I hope that they will actually take this character over. By the way, let me get a helm because I don't want to play with... Probably not going to play with the Harlequin Crest. I don't think that's necessary. Maybe it is necessary. I have to see. Double checking Hand of Nas. One commander. I really got some killer item pieces. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty heavy. Is the sacrifice mechanic or sacrifice as a replace them with mages? It's the latter when the additional skirmishes will give you one more. No, it like you have to read this. This has 2 terms. So sacrificing both skeletal warriors and golems grants an additional skeletal mage for each minion sacrificed. Okay. In order to get more mages, you have to sacrifice both. Right? You have to sacrifice the warriors to sacrifice the golem. And if this condition is met, so condition 1 is met, then for each minion sacrificed, you're getting bonus skeletal mages. So far, by the way, for the people that missed it, we have tried with 5 mages in the pit, and the 5 mages in the pit are working. Do 5 mages work against a boss? I mean, if 5 mages already work against a boss, right? How do more mages then work against a boss? This is like what you have to consider, right? If 5 mages work, how do more then do? How do 12 do? Minus the golem herd. Well, technically you don't need the golem. Sadly, the best minion builds always play without golem. It's every single time this way. I mean, look at here, chat. This was 5 mages. Okay, so 5 mages. Actually, Torment 3. Okay, so Torment 3 doesn't count. Sorry, we need to go for Torment 4. Can't wait to see 12 mages. Yeah, could be great. Wish there was a way to use more golems. That would be brilliant. I mean, if I sacrifice mages and warriors, I should automatically get another golem, right? Right. For me, this is pretty simple. I sacrifice my skeleton warriors. I sacrifice my skeleton mages. I should have +1 golem or +2 golems even. That it's like 2 years into Diablo and there has been nothing with a golem is I don't understand. I mean, let's be fair. The whole minion concept is super botched. The whole minion concept is super weak. They have so much more work to do, right? I see, like, still damage-wise. 4 mages, ladies and gentlemen. 4 mages are blasting Gregoire. 5 mages, sorry. So they're positively doing enough damage here. And that's without the, like, maxed aspect and without the Hands of Naz, right? We get the rune, the Quox rune for the big damage. So I guess if you multiply this damage by like double the amount of lads, we should be very well off. So not worried in the slightest about our minions. Thank you very much. My survival is also granted right now with my barrier stuff. It's not what we're looking for. This is exactly what we're looking for. I mean, you gotta get the notion out of your head, like with Death Trap killing things in a few seconds and so on. These are obviously the outliers. Is sacrificing the golem worth it with the gauntlets? If golem stays, he can potentially tank for you and solve barrier stacking issue by simply being there. Nope. There is no barrier issue. So the barrier issue is solved. In case you missed this, hi, name's Ponyhoff. Pleasure to meet you. We solved the barrier issue by step 1. Invoke the Druid's Earthen Bulwark skill for 3 seconds, granting yourself a barrier by maintaining summons. So Nagu into Qui Rune barrier. Then we get the barrier from our skill here. So we have the barrier from Necrotic Fortitude. Bangarang. Works. Especially if you then temper barrier generation on the boots. Easy life. What we also went for is, in the Paragon board, we actually choose no Golem Mastery because that board is a waste. And then we're getting Send of Death, 15% damage reduction with another 12.5% damage reduction. Cool. We have the Frailty board with a lot of max life, and we actually have the Son of Death board, the Flesh Eater board with a lot of max life. These are all very cool options to just easily get ourselves tanky. 18,000 life. We have the full barrier up from the rune and from the lucky hit. And that with 5 mages. If I now had 12 mages, I would have even more. Yep. Would you use the new sword in the new season? No. The new sword is sadly less damage. So you're talking about the Sword of Zerb. Zangavar. Where's my Zangavar? Zang? Oh, I don't even have it anymore. I don't know where I put it. So I had a 4 greater affix Zangavar blade, and it's still worse than not playing it. You're better off playing a normal blade, sadly. Main reason is the 2,000 life, and the 8 ranks of finality and the tempers. It's just better. I mean, like, alone this blade here has what? It has 500 or 600% critical strike damage, right? The problem is that the damage of Army of the Dead is kept. So if the 200% bonus, Army of the Dead damage is increased by 40% of your skeleton mage and golem damage bonus. Okay, boom, great. If that wouldn't be there, cool. Cool. So now to the question, by the way, wouldn't it be worth it to have the golem? So golem would be one less mage, okay? So if we keep the golem, we get one less mage. And actually, we don't get one less mage. If we keep the golem, the gloves don't work. So it says sacrificing both warriors and golems grants additional mages. If we don't sacrifice both, I don't think we're getting it. Like, I'm not entirely sure because it says sacrificing both warriors and mages grants additional skeleton mages. So the way it's worded is, it could either mean that each individually counts, or that only if you sacrifice both it counts. You know what I mean? We have to equip the Hand of Nas to see, like, if it triggers. Wouldn't you get 14? Yeah, but 14 mages is useless. So the question would be, do you want to have 14 mages, or do you want to have 12 mages get 162% bonus damage? What's better? And 2 more mages is great, don't get me wrong. And also, why don't we want to have Golem? Because Golem would have 1 less shadow skill in our bar, and every shadow skill in our bar gives us 6% more damage, or 8% more damage, and that's 8% more damage per minion then. And if we have 12 minions, it's 12 times 8% more damage, technically. And that's more worth it than having the Golem. Kind of. I go with more mages. There's nothing wrong with putting a Cold Dominion on your amulet if you really want to do that, okay? The problem is then what do you do on your boots? Come closer, no kissing. What do you do on your boots then?
There is magic in all things. Let me show you.
If you don't have a Cold Dominion on it, you could take an absolutely scuffed mobility aspect, like Inexorable Reaper, where your Sever is now a movement skill, and then you could teleport around. I mean, you could technically do that. You could play... Coldbringer's aspect to have blizzards, right? Technically. You want to play Shared Misery? Not really worth it, but you could. Why is Golem plural in so many places? That is a very good question, Godric. Why Golem is plural in so many places? The biggest issue right now is with the Golem being plural, or if the Golem ever got plural. You know what the best Golem right now is? The best Golem is the Blood Golem. Because he does triple damage against single targets. Now what I wonder is, would this work with multiple golems? Would they all do triple damage? If yes, fantastic. If not, then why even bother? If we ever get multiple golems. The max mages is 14 now. The max mages should be 13. You have 5 mages. You sacrifice 6 skeletons and 1 golem. Plus 7. Why don't you use the rest of your paragons? Oh, we're just here to show wrecking. So I often don't spend all my paragons because this is the minimal amount of paragon points I need to activate everything. The minimal amount of paragon points I need to activate all the things. To make it work. But I could spend more. It's obvious, right? I could now, like, here, spend more in intelligence if I then want to. Ta-da. I could also get myself even more maximum resistance. Flicker Stab on boots, what for? You need the maximum life on every item piece possible or you die. The only reason why Barrier works is because you have a lot of life. If you don't have a lot of life, then Barrier doesn't work. Right? That's the biggest issue, kind of. Aphotic aspect is the first actual good mention. So aphotic aspect is not terrible. Yep, it just makes your enemies do more damage. It would make your minions do more damage, but it's only warriors. So aphotic was the first good idea, but we all forget that aphotic only counts for warriors, so it's kind of shit. I mean, I still think that right now this is probably going to be the best setup. Helmet with Hardened Bones, Shroud of False Death if you have it, Hand of Nas, Blood Moon Breaches, or a Pants with a greater affix to Skeleton Mage Mastery, Occult Dominion, Aspect of Service and Sacrifice, together with the Unyielding Commander, because both are actually really fucking great. You want the Aspect on Service and Sacrifice on your weapon though, because this is permanent 200%, while Unyielding Commander is only when Arm of the Dead is active. Then we get the Ring of Mendeln, and we have the aspect of reanimation or whatever fits better. Probably aspect of reanimation is worse than Corpse Tendril aspect. Because Corpse Tendril aspect multiplies up your critical strike, and if you have enough critical strike bonus, I think with a bonus 50%, you might actually be better off, right? Can we use the autocast ring? The autocast ring is only for lazy people. It's actually not good. So yeah, this is looking like it could work. And the Paragon helps a lot because we're actually sitting at 100% damage reduction. This is not the real damage reduction, right? Because damage reduction is kind of like inverse multiplicative. So we have like here 29.5%, and then we have some summon damage reduction. We have actually some more damage reduction too, plus the damage reduction from the curse. Which makes you wonder, if I don't play the Blood Moon Breaches, I have to play the curse. Yeah. See, like, with Blood Moon Breaches and the 7% chance, you don't have to play the curse. But if I don't play Blood Moon Breaches, I would have to play the curse. I wouldn't like that. I would, in fact, not like that, my friends. Pull the 3 points out here because I need to actually put these 3 points in. So you would have to play Corpse Explosion 2/2. Is Season 9 available? A Season 9 PTR will be available in 15 minutes. But can you put the Curse Aura aspect? The Curse Aura aspect you could put when you don't play the Blood Moon Breaches. But now comes the question. Would you want to play the Curse Aura aspect? So technically, yes, we could play the Curse Aura aspect. Since we figured out that we have enough survival. You're going to be forced to run in though. Right? So now you're going to make a decision. If I play my minions, right? Do I want to continuously run in? Do I want to be the guy that runs in with a Cursed Aura? Or do I not want to be the guy? It's like, that's the decision you have to make. If you're now saying, well, you know what? It's no problem. I got this. I'm amazing. Then sure, be my guest. Then you obviously can run in. I mean, there's obviously here non-PDR, right? With five dudes. I mean, right now I can stand here. I make enough barrier. I'm surviving. And this is without any barrier enhancing stuff from the boss powers. So we're just using the barrier enhancing stuff that we're getting through our dudes. And it's actually working quite fine. So if you're like okay with this, perfect. We're good to go. Then you can play Cursed Aura instead of the Pans. And if you then have like a Mage Mastery Pans, obviously. Under those circumstances. Oh, wow, I gotta actually work on restoring my resource. I completely forgot. In order for the Quox rune to actually work really well, right, you need to restore resource continuously. So anyways, need to use up the essence restoration scheme. Because the Quox rune only gives you more damage when you're full essence. So using corpse explosion on corpses with Army of the Dead is actually going to be the best way. Interesting. I didn't think that would be the wave, but so wait, what am I talking about? You have the Quox rune that uses up all your essence to increase your damage temporarily for a second for more. Like that's how you hit for billions, right? But in order to do this, you need to have full essence. So you need to actually explode the corpses that you're getting from the Army of the Dead to then continuously like have the full essence, right? Intriguing. Didn't actually think about it. What if you do one temper? What if you do on your weapon?
In all things. Let me show you.
Lucky hit to restore resource.
May your road be
How much would that work with 12 mages? What a Blade of Zur. Blade of Zur sucks, sadly. Psycho Duck. Army of the Dead is not your main damage dealer. Army of the Dead is only there to actually deliver corpses and have your Army of the Dead booster active, and that's it. That's why you play Army of the Dead. There's no other reason to play Army of the Dead. Sadly, they nerfed the damage. Otherwise, Blade of Zur would be insane, but they literally nerfed the damage and brought up Blade of Zur, which makes no sense. Okay, the plan right now would be, let's say we're in a boss fight. We fight one boss. How much, like, resource will we get back? So I'm not making any resource return right now over like casting spells, right? This is like literally over lucky hit and it hasn't triggered a single time. Okay, we're gonna reduce this again. And you can see like the lucky hit to get resource back is not really doing squat. Oh, it's not even triggering a single time. Cool. There it triggered one single time. It triggered another time. Good. If I continuously corpse explosion? If I continuously corpse explosion, it kind of works. It's not the worst of all ideas. Also not a good idea. Definitely not worth it. I wonder if there's a different temper that would help. Is there a different temper that would help? I mean, if I had essence, if I had blood orbs, sure. There is technically casting macabre skills restores resource. You could spam the. I wonder if the lucky hit. No, they inflict Decrepify Iron Maiden. They don't cast it. So if the minions would actually cast the curse, if that would count as casting a macabre skill. Yeah, but there's nothing for resource. Nah. That would have been funny though. Definitely. There is a rune that gives you up to 100% damage boost for essence. That's what we're using. This is the rune you're talking about. Quox. Casting a skill other than a basic skill or defensive skill will spend all your primary resource to increase your damage to 100% for 1 second. That's why it needs a resource. You know? Right now, I think the best way again is if I just put points into Grim Harvest and then have my corpse explosion spam give me resource. That would probably be it. I mean, this is a main reason why Soul Rift was actually good. Because Soul Rift also gave you essence. And with the essence back from Soul Rift, you could then have Quox permanently up. Now that Soul Rift is only giving you 15% more damage, though. That's where Army of the Dead is actually providing a bigger damage boost. How fast can you explode corpses of army? Oh, you can just hold down the button. You can hold down the button, and you have to consider that corpse explosion takes attack speed times 2. What does that mean? This booster here of 2.5%, 2.5%, and another 5% corpse attack speed. Okay? So 10% corpse attack speed is actually 20% corpse attack speed. Because that's how it works with corpse explosion. For some reason, unbeknownst, corpse explosion is taking double the multiplier. Does Shadow Mages scale with shadow damage boost on you? For example, the sacrificing skeletal warriors for bonus shadow damage does scale your mages. It says you deal increased shadow damage, but I deal increased shadow damage means my minions deal increased shadow damage. So that works. What about tempering casting ultimate gives resource? I don't cast the ultimate enough to make that worth it. The problem is, for a lot of things that we have been doing right now, you kind of want the Shroud of False Death. Because Shroud of False Death makes your essence better, your corpse production better, it makes your bonus barrier generation better. Yeah, the Shroud is kind of like the one-trick pony. The new season out? No, Evan. This is the PTR, the Public Test Realm. That's what we're going to be playing in a hot second. Only available on Battle.net. Sadly, we can't start yet. I have created my Necro already. I have posted the planner, by the way, here. This is the planner for the Necro. This is roughly what we're going to go for. I've put the skills in. Put the Paragons in. Actually, let's change the skills for a jiffy. Good. Good. Save changes. I'm a bit outdated. What's the main thing this season? The main thing this season is Horadric spells. We're getting a new spell that we can handcraft 5 different triggers into 3 different boosts with 1 infusion to change the element of your skill for what reason ever. Okay? Main idea being here that this spell, together with the Arcanas, will allow you to boost your character resistance-wise, barrier-wise, unstoppable, whatsoever. Then we're going to dive into Nightmare Dungeons. Nightmare Dungeons have an escalating nightmare. And they have Horadric Strongrooms. These Strongrooms are dropping resources that you can then craft yourself the new Horadric Jewels. So the gameplay loop would be right now. New gameplay loop is get to 60. Jump to T1, Tier 2 for uniques and lair bosses. Do Nightmare Dungeons for Opticide, Horadric Jewels loot. T4 escalating nightmares for bonkers loot. And the Astaroth boss fight. Right? So that's kind of like how the gameplay loop will look now. Obviously, Nightmare Dungeons and Infernal Hordes can still be swapped around, but technically you want to do Nightmare Dungeons the coming season for Opticide. Would this be another season to skip? I cannot decide that for you, Vlad. I am personally excited for the Strongrooms because I want to see how they play. In case you missed it, the Strongrooms are kind of looking like similar to Season 3 Vault End Rooms. If you ever played Season 3, the vaults had an end room. There was a timer. You were getting swarmed by monsters. You had to avoid traps. And at the end, you would get good loot if you did it good. Okay? And that's like, that was really cool and really fun. And I'm hoping that the Strongrooms will play similar. At least from an explanation standpoint, they should. They should, from what we have seen, play similar. Personally, I think Season 9, apart from the nerfs, okay? Apart from the nerfs, Season 9 is going to be good. And the overpower nerf was actually needed. The problem is, Blizzard forgot to buff up unused builds. So right now, they actually shoved a lot of shit down our throat, packed together in something that's interesting. And yes, they had to fix overpower, but the way they're doing it is obviously tone deaf. It just feels like they're peeing on us, and like they're like, smile, right? Smile. Deal with it. I think Season 9 is going to be a fun season. How long that will last, that's always the question, right? I mean, I personally thought that Season 8 would be a season that's 1 week long. And I played it for almost 4. Are we going to use another catalyst than Starfall? I will either use Astral Pillar for the taunt, or maybe Cosmic Anomaly because they're summons. Spicy meat. Because if I'm boosting summon damage, they should do insane damage. I mean, technically, my aspect of the Unyielding Commander, while Army of the Dead is active, gain 200% summoning damage, and your minions take reduced damage. These are not minions, but they should get bonus damage from Unyielding Commander. They should get bonus damage from Reanimation or the Pull Together aspect. Technically. Diablo 5 is going to be VR. First-person VR ARPG. Count me in. Okay, let's see. We're 1 minute. Or if my clock is wrong, we're actually like better than 1 minute already. Let's see how this is going. Service and Sacrifice. Service and Sacrifice is going to be insane. When you get bored of a season, do you go back into the main game? No, I just stop playing. If I get bored of a season, I just stop playing. And wait for the next season. Eternal has nothing to offer. Okay, I started Diablo, but Diablo is not starting. That's good. I pressed play, but nothing is happening. Wow, that took long. Oh, that took long. Paxing, it's the normal thing you do with ARPGs. You play them until you're done for this season, and then you move on. That's usually how ARPGs operate. Can't get in, just tried. I mean, it's looking good. If my game didn't crash itself. Oh, it's looking good. Copy your character list from the live server. 631. Shit, I might not get my copy. Oh no, I had to exit the game for this. I made a mistake. Oh no, chat. I made a mistake. I should have not done this. I made a mistake. Should have just accepted it. Take it or leave it, pony. It definitely, the error is in front of the computer. Okay, so they're all in eternal. They're still not seasonal. So we actually have to delete speed. Because obviously no, wait. All the changes are, yeah, we still have to make a new necro and then boost it. Seasonal, we skip the campaign. Yeah, this is Nas Mommy. Let's see if the PDR boost character is in. Hopefully. Oh wow, it's actually spawned me here and nowhere else. I'm surprised. Off to the curvature. Ah, there you are, Mrak. Apply all boosts. Did you just break the game? You didn't apply all boosts, right? Apply all boosts. There. Dankeschön. My full character get boosted. Okay, so now we have everything, chat. We get the powers. Cool, and the powers are not fully leveled yet. Okay, so I can take my anomaly, right? I wanted my anomaly to give me barrier. Your catalyst increases movement speed. Damage from your catalyst is up to 50. Invoke your catalyst. Wait. Damage from your catalyst has a chance to deal of your thorns damage. Yeah. Here, catalyst grounds 8% resource generation per second for the next 10 seconds. That's actually really useful for what we're doing. Then we have... Catalyst grounds barrier. Okay. And we have... what was it? Your catalyst, freeze effect? Freeze effect. And then we're going to make it do shadow damage. So that's like kind of the plan right now. Let's see. I need minion stuff. So I need all the mythics. Thank you very much. We're going to take ourselves the Shroud of the False Death right now. Just goes away. The rest of the stuff goes in. I need the class-specific uniques. Okay, here. Contains all usable uniques. They're generic. Nope. Class-specific uniques. I can actually put some of this stuff away right now. This was collection of obols. Very much. That almost lagged the game. Okay, we get all the Necro uniques. Ta-da. Thank you very much. Put all the Necro uniques into the box of riches. I think they forget to put the Hand of Nas in here. All from below, Crew's Embrace. There's no Hand of Nas in there. Oh god, I hate you so much. Gameplay, advanced tooltip compare, advanced tooltip information. We also don't forget options, controls, combine. Basic skill is 5. And options, controls, movement, interact is left click. Okay, I already need to get another Ring of Mendeln because the Ring of Mendeln I have is bad. So equipment, ground all uniques. Thank you very much. So that is class specific uniques. I need ring and ring. They nerfed the Mendeln damage. Bastards. Absolute shitters without saying anything. Look at that. The damage goes up to 7k usually. Oh, Blizzard, you little scoundrels. Imagine them actually torching things, like, just without telling you, because why wouldn't they, Chan? Why would they not randomly torch things? Helmet, pants, the other pants. Dearest memory, where is pants? Does anyone see pants, or am I just blind? There's the Bloodman breeches. Like, this is let's show a scam, Chad.
Come back if you need work.
Okay, that's all obolds, so we don't need obolds right now. We don't need more uniques. We have all the generic. We need here random legendaries. So let's actually swap the world here to Torment 4. We're gonna put in our skill points. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we get this one up, that one up, this one, done. The mage is boosted. Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. First thing we need to do is kill Duriel now, so we get ourselves the... No, actually, we need to kill Belial, if Belial is still in the game. That's the big question. Is Belial still in the game? We're going to keep all the things up right now because we are not having the Hand of Naz yet. So we're going to have to play minions in general, right?
Father bless. What do you need?
How much Opticite do I have? Oh, he gave me 100k Opticite. That's actually unusual that Blizzard thinks ahead and actually gives you enough materials to just masterwork everything. They are usually not that smart. I'm genuinely like I'm genuinely surprised by this. You like, wow, you know, they actually thought ahead this time. Okay, what do we have? Do I want to put a Harlequin crest on or not? I probably could make my life easier and just put a Harlequin crest on, right, Chan? Yeah. Oh wait, let me actually. Oh, triple great affix helmet. Yeah. Okay. Child, let me put the Harlequin crest on. Thank you very much. By the way, 100k Opticite sounds like a lot, right? But once you actually put this in, like, what's 100k Opticite? I just masterworked 3 items. I'm almost out of Opticite. Great, right? Resource cost reduction, intelligence here. This one is actually good. What do I need? I need a good pair of boots with essence per second. So we get maximum life intelligence. I can roll essence per second. This would be movement speed, maximum life. No, so we're going to keep these. The gloves are fine. The other ring is attack speed. Yep. Yabba-dabba-doo. We can do that. It'd be better if it was a greater affix attack speed. So we'll take it. That's the intelligence. We're going to take that one. Bibbidi bobbidi wobbidi wibbidi woo. The pens are good. I need a two-handed weapon. Sword is... It could probably be a sword, I guess. Let's torch everything.
I cannot do that here.
Like 50 more. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to jump in... Like, we're going to try to get the Hand of Naz to then jump into a Nightmare Dungeon afterwards. Because it makes, like, no sense to, like, try to do much else, right? Okay, what are we at? We're at 5k live. That's a bit sad. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We're gonna... Well, I forget that all the glyphs are at 100. It's actually kind of nice again. We got Eliminator. Thank you very much. I'm still eternally sad they nerfed Mendel in chat. If you notice any other nerf, please call it out. Russ, good to see you there, by the way. Hope you're doing very well, my friend. And the war zone is not eating your soul more than necessary. Okay, we're gonna spend our minimum points we need to activate everything. And we need to see how the new powers are working. It's probably like the longest tedious part about playing on the test server because you need to make your build. You can't just jump in, right? Let's start with Son of Death. Son of Death gives you this huge damage reduction, which is just amazing. What did we say? We said we're going for... I mean, this is definitely the worst rune to put in here, but we're still going for it. So we're going to put a dexterity rune in. Because we just have it. Essence. Where's Essence? Essence here. Before. Then we had the Frailty board. It's definitely not the optimal passing, but I just want to have it work. Take the full attack speed because it's good for both builds. Take the bonus life that you can get here. We're gonna do Gravekeeper. Yeah, Gravekeeper, and then last but not least, Flash Eater board. Thank you very much. And due to the power of my bonus stats, we get everything. And this one would be Corporal, because Corporal also gives you bonus movement speed. It's kind of nice. You really want to have that. Corporal activated. This one's all working. We get 76 points spare. Actually, we like spend our points so much better this time. It's kind of crazy. Considering how much I mucked that up. Intriguing. The new gloves are out. Oh, you need to get them from... What is it called again? You need to get them from Duriel. So we're going to be farming Duriel now. But in order to farm Duriel, we actually need to be strong enough to farm Duriel. So that's what we're doing right now. Becoming strong enough so we can farm Duriel.
I cannot use that.
Where are runes? Wait, did I get no runes? Contains Horadric jewels. Contains Horadric vials. Nightmare escalation sigils. Lair keys. Runes. Runes. Whee! Okay. Got it. So we got our vials, so we can actually upgrade our power too. So the cosmic anomaly, wow, does how much damage? We are going to... It would do 1,000,000 damage. Interesting. I don't think anomalies is worth it. What does the Astro Pillar do? The Astro Pillar has a 4.9 seconds taunt. And if I replace the stupid hard through a cooldown reduction, wait, there was, wait. Catalyst Grounds Barrier, and that one needs to get updated. We need the Catalyst Grounds resources, and we need the cooldown reduction. Wasn't there cooldown reduction for the Catalyst? Am I blind? Daze, Stealth, Fortify, Resistance, Catalyst destroys Barrier, Catalyst deactivates, Vulnerable, Catalyst is increased. Am I just not seeing it, or is it actually not happening? Do we not getting cooldown reduction? We're not, right? Huh. That's kind of sad. I want that cooldown reduction that I was promised. right? We have a... Okay. Let's see if that Astral Pillar does something. We got Occult Dominion on our boots. Wait. Let's do boots. Let's put aspects on for now. We need to do Occult Dominion on the boots. Occult. Then the ring needs to get Grasping. I just want to jump like into a dungeon, but I need to finish this all or it's not worth it. This is going to be reanimation for now. Until we have the gloves. And this one is going to be Unyielding Commander. We got the Ray Skeleton. We're going to get him. We're going to kick him out. We're going to keep this. We're going to put the Blight in on the right click. And we're going to use Army of the Dead. But again, this is only worth it when we actually have stuff going on, right? Resource. Wait, where's my... Wait, I don't have all the tempers. Blizzard. Am I missing the temper recipe one? This is all temper recipes. Why don't you just give us all the temper recipes? I'm like, Blizzard. Is this really necessary?
My bags are full.
Okay. Runes. We got the Horadric jewels too. Wait, no, the jewel was for the cooldown reduction. Yes, CDs on gems. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Ignore me. You're absolutely correct. This is once in a while on me. There was a gem here. Infusions, catalytic skills. Fatal damage, cooldown reduction, and my minions do more damage. Okay. I am so bad at the game. Okay. I need Quox. Then I need Neo. Then I need Quay. And I need Nagu. Okay, we're almost ready to dive into the fray, ladies and gentlemen. What are we gonna temper? Are we gonna, like, what do you think is better? Skeleton mages attack twice when we're trying to have our skeleton mages go crazy or not? I mean, it's probably like if the ultimate damage booster would actually work, you could go for it, right? Because skeleton mages attack twice. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna do summon damage, knock golem damage. I ended up with golem damage. Great. Do I have temper reset scrolls? I don't have a temper reset scroll. I'm gonna be mad at this right now. Temper, ultimate cooldown reduction. You know what? I want a temper reset button on the PDR. Okay, really? I'm not getting ultimate cooldown reduction from you? God damn it. Put that up. I'm almost out of 100k Opticide, right? Ultimate cooldown reduction. Thank you very much. Minions. Summon damage. We can live with that. We're not really looking at what we're hitting here, right? We just want to hit it. Okay, I need was it barium? I need berry generation, fortify, thorns, berry generation. Okay, we got it at the weakest possible. Great. Movement speed. movement speed. Movement speed. Thank you. Also the weakest possible. To get all that Opticide, I pressed the button to give me all the Opticide. There's a button that says give me all the, like, boost my character. Right? And actually you would need, what's it called again? Corpse tendril size. Corpse tendril size. Corpse tendril size. Corpse tendril size. This is why, okay, curse, like, if I get cursed one more time, we're throwing hands, okay? Listen. Just give me that corpse tendril size and we can be friends. But it's not like we're not going to throw out the gloves anyways as soon as we have the new gloves. Okay, so I have 11,000 life. We have some armor going on. That's kind of nice. We can put a hole in that ring, so that should work as well. That means I can use my death prevention. No, I wanted to have more stats. Okay, cool. So that should kind of work for now, right? Let's go to Duriel. I think Duriel is the most reasonable one to kill, right? Patrick, we're just trying to do things quick so we can enjoy stuff. I want to do the new PDR stuff, right? I want to see the Horadric Strongrooms and stuff like that. Show me only crit. Options, gameplay. Oh, I forgot I need corpse explosion. Okay, my Barrius ring. Oh, I forgot to change my boots. Good point. So you have to go to Kivichan. Guys, Kivichan is for Barrius stuff. As for things. Okay, we have that Astro Pillar going on. My damage is okay. Like for just having thrown everything randomly together, right? And not really like having maxed anything. We're like fine. Things are gonna do good. My barrier is actually barrier ring, so that's working, Chad. You know, literally for just throwing random shit together here. You know what? We should probably just kill him on Torment 2 quickly. Wait, do we have Belial too? Wait. Let's double check. Should get out of here. For Jiffy, I forgot that. I didn't sacrifice Golem. I don't have the gloves yet. Belial's there. What am I doing? Why am I wasting time? Still killing tier 4 Belial with my blood spear, but takes like 30 seconds. I'm not surprised, Rom, that you're doing that. The blood builds are still gonna be strong. We will test that out in a jiffy on the Eternal Realm. But right now I just want to get the gloves because the gloves are obviously the real power for this build. So we're going to kill tier 3 Belial and that should just work, right? Last time you played Diablo was season 5. Is it worth jumping back? The game is completely unrecognizable, sir. It's a whole different game now. So yes, it's absolutely worth it.
This stops nothing. I will drink this world in darkness.
Yeah, we're nuking. Chat, we're nuking. There was a billion hit. So we could do a billion hit too, chat, with an unoptimized setup. We need him to drop Endariel loot. And we need the Hand of Nas. I hope the Hand of Nas is in, or we're throwing arms. Jan. We're throwing arms if it's not in. There's a billion damage again, billion damage again. So the billions are there, Chad. Even without the Hand of Nas. I'm pretty sure they screwed this up. I'm gonna ask, do the new uniques even drop at the moment? Was it Duriel for Hand of Nas? Duriel and Dariel or Harbinger, they all drop the same. They literally drop the same loot. You got the gloves in Belial, so that's good to know. So you have the Hand of Nas already, so they are in the game. That's good to know. I think I have them too now. There we go, Hand of Nas, got it. Oh, a good roll too. Let's go. Not the best roll, but it's a good roll. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the Hand of Nas is in. That means we're sacrificing the warriors for bonus shadow damage. We're sacrificing the golem for bonus crit.
I need more time.
We're going to break down everything that we have. Hand of Nas is going to get... I'm going to be picky here. I'm going to try to get the mastery rolled. Okay. Attack speed. I guess I wanted that anyways. Okay, we got the Hand of Nas now. That means that I should now get tons of Skeleton Mages bonus. Let me jump into a Bastion of Face. This has Hellbinding Elite, enemies, Hoard Knowledge here, Forgotten Wisdom, more Opticide. More Opticide, Chad. Okay. That man's stretch. Oh, wait. I put that out, so we can put this one in. Yep. Let's go into a... Oh, shit. This is still Torment 3. I need to go to Torment 4 to make it worth it. We're going to go with the base aspect where they're up to 100% more damage. Thank you for reminding me. We're swapping the aspect. So we want to play Sacrifice here. Service and Sacrifice, because that is 200% more damage for the mages. And this gets Unyielding Commander. Okay. And then we're going to do the Dungeon Escalation. Blind Baros. Now, what can our mages do, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, first I want to see the army. Okay, it's showing that we have more. Okay. Let's trigger our... Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. It feels very nice with the tons of mages here. Okay, that's great. Look at the army of mages. Oh, Jesus. Okay, we're doing this, Chan. So this is now a dungeon escalation. Okay. Cooldown reduction is there. Bury is there. So we're fully buried up. I don't have to actually worry. My minions are a bit slow, so they need to catch up with me. The pillar is working actually really good. So that's a nice thing. I need to put the pillar on... I need to put the pillar on... my Corpse Explosion. Because now I'll Corpse Explosion and the pillar just goes down and taunts everyone. So we are playing pillar right now because the summons would be triggered too often and that would make sense. I mean, right now I don't see billions of damage yet, but we should be able to do it with some fine tuning. Because obviously our mage mastery is not maxed out right now. Our none of what we have is actually maxed out, right? We've just like thrown it like at this to just see what will come out of it. There, billion. Okay, the mages have been doing billion. The biggest problem is that they nerfed men down. You have a link for the build? Yep, we have a link for the build. I put it out. If you want to give it a try. So there's a billion again. Cool. So the billions are working. That's good. The problem is, so the billions are working with level 100 glyphs right now. So I would actually expect a bit more than 1 billion. But because like we're obviously not going to have like the glyphs leveled up to this point. So this is like, we need to find the Horadric vault now, ladies and gentlemen. So this is currently me playing normal. We haven't found the strong room yet. If there is a strong room in this dungeon, because they said it's not in every dungeon, right? What nerfs did they do? So they nerfed the Mandeln damage. It's only, well, actually, no, this is now at, wait, that's weird. It was down to 4,000, but now it's at 6,000. The masterworking of the ring increased the damage of Mandeln? Since when? That's looking so weird. Since when does the masterworking of the ring increase the damage? It always used to have top damage and not when it's masterwork. But what am I missing, Chan? I don't have a pad. Yeah, I've seen 4K and up to 7K max. Well, it is what it is. So we need to get a better Mandeln for more damage, but it's just like generally to see your archmages are working, they're archmaging around, right? The most important part is currently my cooldown reduction, right? That we're actually getting the cooldown reduction. That's what you want to see. There was no strong room in here, and there's no opening of the next dungeon. I know here. See, now the next dungeon opens, Chad. So I go to this one, and I go into the next nightmare dungeon, because that's how the delving works. Okay. That's definitely more useful than having to choose another one, so I just get whatever. Does Cosmic Anomaly count as minions? They count as summons, not as minions. That it is like you think it's the same, but it's a very distinctive difference. Okay. By the way, I don't feel like my mages are single targets, right? They're doing a lot of damage, and the damage feels like multi-target damage, so that's good. Right now, I like what I see with 12 mages. It's kind of cool. Did they tinker with the multiplier? It's still 3 and 3. No, that's still 3 and 3. That didn't actually change, so that's good. And down damage is based on your weapon. Good point. Downward scale with their crit damage bonus. It's weird the way how it's showing, but it at least makes somewhat sense. This is Horadric artifact, chat. What happens now? Okay, I just got a title for that. I'm not sure if I'm happy or or unhappy about that now, because I don't know what just happened. You know. I think this is all just still triggering. Okay, so that's the door. This is a treasure room, but that's the standard treasure room that you get in these dungeons. So that doesn't count. The strong room, wait, where was the strong room? There's no strong room. Where did you think you saw a strong room? There was just an artifact again. This was a quest. This is not the strong room. This is right here. Yeah, I'm currently wondering how big the damage here is. It's another Horadric artifact. I mean, I guess these artifacts are giving me dungeon treasure. Oh, so it's missing. There's actually no message coming for this. Cool. Cool bug. King Ghost, good to see you there. So the artifacts are not doing anything yet. They're just giving me like some warnings. Warning, high voltage, warning. TJ, thank you for your subscription and support. TJ, welcome back to the Knights of the Round Stable. Howdy. How's the spells? I'm not really feeling them. So here I put down my pillar and my pillar taunts enemies. And the pillar also gives me Barian. The pillar does 500,000 damage. And if I boost everything, the pillar I think counts as a summon and does up to 1,000,000 damage. Is it something crazy special? No, it's not, but it just does enough, right? It does reasonable enough. It's worth it somewhere, I'd say.
I'm not ready. I'm out of essence.
But yeah, it's like not like breathtaking. I don't like that it's not showing there's a strong room in here. Does anyone feel like that if a strong room would be in a dungeon, it should say that a strong room is in the dungeon on entering?
I need more time.
Because right now I'm obviously asking myself if I should really consider to discover every nook and cranny. But I would like to know if one is in here. I'm not sure. Like this is really something like I don't know if this would be better or worse. I don't know if this would be good. But I also don't kind of want to guess if or if not they would be in.
I need more time.
Yeah, that was a 3 billion hit, Sean. Okay, now we go into the next. So that would be the third dungeon now. Okay. Yeah, it should be like last epoch. When you have a cemetery inside the run, it's showing it from the beginning. Yep. That's how I feel. I mean, I like the dungeon escalation so far because it's kind of like a gauntlet, right? I don't really have to think about it. I just go, and go. By the way, we only have 12 minions. Something is bugged. Because I get +2/+2, and we have the golem sacrificed. Should I not have 13 minions? Or, yeah. It was 5 mages plus the 6 sacrificed. No, actually, we should have 12. No, sorry. We should have 12. It's 5 mages plus the 6 sacrificed warrior plus the golem. No. I'm sorry, 12 was the accurate number. For some reason, I thought 13, but no, it's 12. That was correct. Chat confused me with all their mambo jambo.
I need more time.
Ah, what is this? This is just a normal teleporter. It's not a Horadric teleporter. I'm sad now. This is just a normal average Andy teleporter, chat. This is not the cool teleporter that I want. By the way, Baria holds, ladies and gentlemen. So Necro is uber tanky with the things that we did. Even without Soul Rift, you can just run around being an absolute menacing tank. GG. I would say everything done correct. I don't know, it's completely broken. Well, it's not completely broken. It's just working as intended. The thing is, my Necromancer without Hand of Nas was doing billions of damage, and now with Hand of Nas is doing billion damage. I wonder how much damage it would do if we had a normal glove with just Skeletal Mage Mastery and then also the Warriors. But the thing is, I don't have to worry about Skeletal Warrior Mastery or anything like this right now. There's a chest. This is Loot Delve. That was Horadric Vials. Okay. So I did 3 Nightmare Dungeons now, and I didn't get a strong room. I mean, I know that strong rooms exist, right? But now I did 3 nightmare dungeons and I didn't get one. I'll tell you, I'm kind of sad about it. I mean, why wouldn't I be?
I need more time.
The only downside of the nightmare dungeon thing is that you're forced to play nightmare dungeons you don't like, right? Because usually I try to avoid certain layouts because I dislike certain nightmare dungeons. Okay? And that's probably the only downside here from the forced nightmare dungeon escalation. That I just have to play the ones I dislike. Maybe that's fine. Maybe it doesn't bother us that much in the long run. I just feel like it's worth mentioning, right? There's certain ones that they're just like, like you know, you play it once and you're like, I don't want to ever see you again, Mr. Nightmare Dungeon. Like you're a filthy mouth breather. Yeah, I said it. I'm not taking it back. You mouth breathing mouth breather. Okay, no strong room, ladies and gents. I'm sorry. Our skeleton's cracked. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're cracked. Okay, I am done with the delve. And now we jump to the final boss. Okay. So that was 3 in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what loot Astaroth hath. Torment 4, new boss. Okay. There he is. Wow, you just walk into him. Okay, we're nuking him. He just got hit by the 3 Billy chat. He's off his horse. Blast him. Oh wow, he has a lot of HP. Come on, blast him. 2 Billy. Billy. Yeah, let's go. Hilly Billy. 3 Billy. Let's do it, chat. Absolute destruction. Sandy Dandy Andy. He okay. Okay. I like what I see there. That's the level of loot. I don't know what's killing me here. Something keeps attacking me and keeps trying to kill me, and I keep trying to spam like life potions to actually survive. I don't know what's trying to kill me here. You know, which kind of shadow is infecting me? Okay, the loot wise, that was worth it. So I'm not mad, right? You did this, you did 3 dungeons in a row. Like, imagine this is your first nightmare dungeon you're doing, like in Torment 1 and then in Torment 2. It's probably going to provide you with good gear upgrades. How we get the new gloves? Andariel, Duriel, or Duriel? Andariel, Duriel, or Harbinger. So you kill Belial for it. No, I think that was just a bug, Chan. There was just simply a bug.
There is magic in all things.
Okay, let's rework some stats here. Wait, what did they... Why do I have 2 things masterwork 3 times? Huh? Sorry? What did I miss? Wait, why can it only be resource cost reduction? Okay, so this is totally not bugged, Chad. This is totally not bugged, or what am I missing here? You know? For reroll damage. Okay. What am I missing here? Like, these are all the possible things you could roll into, or not. Or not. By the way, did any one of you find a temper reset scroll? Like, do we get temper reset scroll from something? Is there like infernal compasses, tributes? Maybe the Infernal Compass one does also have temporary reset? No. Obolds. No temporary reset scrolls, right? Weird. Oh, you get those from the Infernal Hordes, but this is test servers, so I was hoping I get them. Because my sword is kind of scuffed right now. We need to actually find a better sword because it does bonus golem damage. Okay, so my mages are magening. Let's do a Torment for Belial to just see how powerful they are and how tanky I am. Right? It's important. How tanky am I? For some reason, my minions keep dying when I teleport, so that's suboptimal. Okay, see, we start the fight, we instantly get the barrier.
Crushed like the insects you are.
I need more time.
The only thing I'm feeling here is the missing, cooldown reduction at times.
This realm will be mine.
I am surprisingly surviving, like, Chad, right? I mean, for being a necro with a lacking barrier and everything, we're actually surprisingly getting away nicely alive. That's a good GG. So we get like our barrier from multiple sources, right? We get the barrier from here with the summons. We get the barrier from actually summoning our Astral Pillar Totem. Not sure if we want to keep the Astral Pillar Totem. What I'm asking myself is if it would be better to have the Cosmic Anomaly and never use it. Right? Like if I bind the anomalies, for example, to my Sever and I just never use the Sever, then I will have just the anomalies forever. You bind that to the Sever. You just make sure to have like the maximum amount of dudes. Problem is they do like damage over time, so they're actually not worth it. They're plenty weird.
Fall into darkness. Seeing is deceiving.
For Army of the Dead, we don't really have the cooldown reduction right now, which is a bit of a sadness. I was assuming we get more Army of the Dead cooldown reduction, right? But we don't actually. And that actually with like top tier gear already, right? When we do 2 billion hits and everything in between, right? But we need more resource generation. I wonder if army is really worth it. Simple question. Sword has too many masterworks, dude. Sword has masterwork for days. When we can, let's teleport back to Karigar and actually do some proper masterworking on the sword. You have 2 orange masterworks on the sword. I know. I'm the chosen one. I don't understand your question. Did they add Horadric powers and spells to the PDR? Yep, that's what we're using. I gotta say that actually while playing here right now, I do not feel the impact of the Horadric powers really much. So they seem like they might as well not exist. Personally. Two-handed swords. Okay, let's see if we can get a two-handed sword that we wanted to have. Double greater affix. I need one with maximum life or I'm not gonna be happy. So where are my obol backs? Because the game was like here are obol backs, Chad. So you can just roll for more two-handed swords. Essence on kill, essence on really 2 times essence on kill. Why don't you just shoot me in the throat? It shouldn't be so hard to get a greater affix sword with like maximum life, right? Intelligence. Wow, it actually is that hard. It actually is that hard. Essence on kill. I'm being scammed. Wow. That's devastating. Okay, weapons. I will go for the what was it? Minion augment. Skeletal mages hit twice. Yep. And then offensive augment. I wanted to have the skeletal mage damage. Cool. Cool. So now let's see what happens. I'm going to upgrade it 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to get here. Skeletal mages attack twice. Why? What happened? What is this normal? Because on a weapon, he just masterworks 2 things. Did I miss something? Maybe this is supposed to happen? Maybe this is a test to improve No, wait. Now I only have 1. Okay, so now like yeah, okay. No, wait, Skeleton Mage attacks cast twice is also I don't know what's happened. Okay. I don't know what happened. I don't actually want to know what happened. It just happened and like yeah, we'll just roll with it. Like roll with the punches, guys. Roll with the punches. I mean, I wouldn't mind if this was the new way how the masterwork works. That would at least take, I mean, that would take, it would add more RNG, but it would also take more frustration out. You know? What it is? Okay, we need a better Ring of Mandeln, guys, because we want the Ring of Mandeln to do maximum damage so we can actually see maximum damage, right? So let's return to Kuvachat. Let's get that. I mean, so far, minions are definitely working, but we need to see that Horadric strong room. What we're going to do is we're going to craft Horadric sigils, and we're going to hope that we get one that says strong room guaranteed, because there is actually one that says strong room guaranteed. Okay, oh, that was usable uniques. No. Here, what we have, equipment. And all uniques, all uniques, all uniques, all uniques. Class specific ones. I need ring and ring. And I need a ring and that's 5k damage. That is 5k damage. Still not. And getting the right Mendel might actually be quite... Ring, because it needs max damage and the minion affix actually boosted. Those generic ones. Generic. Okay, so all the generic... Oh, that's the class ones. Ring and ring. Don't mind me, Chad. Just plastering the... Here, that's some more damage. See, that's better. It's better now.
Need something forged?
Destroy everything. But the... What was it here? The more stats. Totally resetting that one. We're getting ranks to minion mastery, or we're busting here. Come on, give me the ranks to minion mastery. Ain't that hard. It ain't that deep. Give me that right now, or we're throwing hands. Goodness. I wasn't wanting to like perfect masterwork on the PDR, but I just want to know, like, you know, I need to do this for science. This is for science because I need to know how much damage the minions are dealing. So can you just give me the ranks to the skeletons? Is it that hard? Do you hate me? Right? Luckily, I can create 100k Opticide at any given point. Otherwise, like, what is the frustration here? Does it feel better getting more gear? We just finished a Nightmare Dungeon escalation, so that was 3 Nightmare Dungeons plus killing Astaroth. It went relatively quick, so we went really fast through it. I think it was like, what, 10-15 minutes now to get to Astaroth, which is kind of like fine because we also get a bunch of Opticide on the way doing that. And he himself actually gave us tons of loot, so that was worth it. Okay, thank you very much. Finally, we get at least something. We get summon damage. We now get mage damage. We get... I still don't know if we need actually this. We get the... Yeah. What do I wanted to do? Where did I want it to go? Ah, yeah. We needed to craft sigils now. Because I hope we have enough sigil dust. Nightmare sigils. Let's craft 10. So I'm looking for one that says guaranteed strong room. Okay, we got here. This place will always contain... Ah, here. Faceless Shrine. This will always contain a Horadric strong room. So we got it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget the mage aspect on weapon. Thank you very much for reminding me. I forgot. Hardly anyone is streaming D4. Well, more viewers for us, my friend. I mean, who cares what hardly anyone is doing? Buddy. Sacrifice. What I care about is what I'm doing. And I'm having fun.
Brighter soul.
Okay. So we're doing Torment 4 easy with minions. That is not a surprise. We were expecting to do Torment 4 easy. We do up to billions of damage. We obviously have to take care of like getting enough resource, right? And this one does 100% now have a Horadric strong room. I still feel like the game should tell me if there's a Horadric strong room in. I would just I would just personally like that more. I can understand if you don't like it. I can also understand that your opinion is wrong and I should totally ignore whatever you said. Truly. Oh, we need essence per second on boots, Chan. Yeah, you really need essence per second on boots. I think that's unquestionable. Game sound is low. We can make game sound louder if you want to hear like people go. Those are the Diablo game sounds in a nutshell. Okay, the strong room is not in part 1 of the dungeon. Rerolling your sword, you can only get essence on kill. Yeah, rerolling stats doesn't work right now. Congratulations. You just gotta get the perfect item. Or the waiting speech when you can't just dash. I can't dash right now. I can't do this right now. Okay, that's just a normal event, so we're not looking for that. We're looking for the strong room. Ah, there, chat. Okay, so this is just how it opens. It just spawns on you. Wait, it just randomly spawned. Okay, then we're being attacked. We're going to do Spiritborn, yes. Probably not today, so we're going to play the PDR the next 3 days, okay? In and out. Okay, now we go through the portal. And we end up in the strong room. Horadric artifact pillar. I gotta stay in the middle, slay monsters for attunement. That is the attunement counter in the top right corner. Okay, now we can do guide ghost apparitions to pillars for more attunement. Kill tethered monster to complete the ritual. Monsters can drop swiftness modes. Catch wisps of energy for attunement. Staying near pillar will grant +3 swiftness modes. Guide ghost apparitions to pillars. Yeah, sure. Oh, I can choose multiple. Okay, then we get kill tethered monsters to complete ritual and catch wisps of energy. So what do I have to do? We activated that one pillar and we gotta kill slay monsters for rather attunement. Okay, I can see that. But do I have to kill them? No, wait. I am not sure because it's like no, that's the overall timer. Okay, so this is just for the activate the artifact pillar and I gotta kill the tethered monster. Okay, so I kill the tethered monster, I get attunement. Get it now, chat. You know, it was a 5-second big brain. But where are the ghosts that we have to? So this is not like the end room I was expecting. This is more like the root holds, I'd say. Right? You're getting periodically ambushed by monsters. Yeah, I mean, that sounds great. Please do that. Okay, what does this one do? This one also does a periodic ambush. So this reminds me of the root holds. That's good. I like the root holds. It's like root holds with a touch of the gauntlet. Is it terrible? Is it worth it for you to play the week? I think it's worth it to get like a feeling for season 9. If you're gonna like the Strongrooms. I was expecting something different, mildly disappointed because it's just not what I was hoping for, right? I was hoping for it to feel different. Okay, we got 15 seconds left and I actually cleared the whole thing. So that's kind of like, I thought it was going to be infinite, right? There's a limit to it, so I can see this being boring for Sorks. Okay, there's a boss coming. We kill him. He drops one item, and then we get the chest. Reward scales based on Horadric achievement. I got 3k. Okay. And I'm getting... That didn't feel too good. Reward wise. You know? But that was... Yeah, but it was fine. But I'm kind of missing the oomph moment, right? Yeah, I mean, this is Torment 4, right? I just took my efforts in my hands. Killing monsters also doesn't give Opticide there, so that's a punishment. So the problem is that I was assuming that the strong rooms would give me more Opticide, but killing monsters did not net me Opticide in there, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a wholesale bad, because I am also doing Nightmare Dungeons for Opticide. If I then don't get Opticide, it's a bit of a, like, you know, why would I bother? I mean, I guess getting the sigil so I can do a Nightmare Dungeon escalation, that's obviously worth it. Right? Because I think I got another here. Baseless Shrine. No, I actually got I didn't get an escalation. No, I did get an escalation from it, yeah. So I guess that's where you want to go for the strong rooms so that you get the escalation sigils. That makes sense. Right? What was there? It looked like it dropped a bunch of some sort of currency or something. Oh, you are getting the Horadric vials, Marky. So you get the vials, and the vials are needed to upgrade your spells, right? So the upgrading is actually quite cheap, by the way. So that's that. You're not going to be spending much time, right? That's cool. And you get this one here. So I just got from this dungeon the Dead Man's Dredge escalation sigil, which is obviously great because you want to play that. Would you take boss powers or these? Boss powers were a bit more varied and fun, I gotta say. I don't like that we only have 6 catalysts. That's a bit boring. I'm also not really feeling the catalyst. So the boss powers, you had a big feeling what they were doing. I'm not sure how it is for you, chat. Maybe you feel different, but right now I gotta say that like nothing about the catalyst is like yelling, wow, this is so impactful, right? I'm so excited to like use this. I was hoping they would be more. Maybe I just gotta choose the right one for me, right? I mean, I could also take the Arcane Conductor to get me... to do more damage. Maybe the Disintegrate is worth it. I've been using the summons before, right? Let's see how minions feel in the pit. So, wow, I gotta work myself up in the pit. Yikes. Wait, do we not have all pit tiers unlocked? I'm pretty sure we had all pit tiers unlocked. Please don't tell me we don't have this. Ooh. Please don't make me farm through all the pit tiers. Progression. Unlock all torment tiers. Oh no, you didn't think about it, right? You didn't think about it. I chihuahua. The problem is that you can't just go through this fast, right? You need to do 20, 25, and so on. And we're necromancer. We're not as fast as. I think I'm going to do this tomorrow. By the way, Kitty, that doesn't look good. That mold you got there. Like we can kill everything with one hit, but we still get a waltz through this, right? Let me actually put this on 3. No, I can't put this on 3. The tether is actually like really damaging, so I can do this, right? And then form the tether between me and this, and then everything just dies inside the tether. Minions. I mean, minions are working, so that has me happy. Does not unlocking Torment 4 unlock 65 in the pit? No, sir. This is the PDR. The PDR does things different. You just magically are allowed to go into Torment 4 without like having anything Torment 4 wise there. It's just how it is, right? You're just suddenly a magical Torment 4 having shebang bang. Oh, you know what? I wanted to reroll Essence Generation on my boots, but I reminded myself that that's impossible. Only 5 mages. I have 12 mages. Sir? You start with 5 mages at the start of the dungeon because for some reason he doesn't accept your mages permanently. Like the gloves only trigger in combat, which means outside of combat you don't actually have your 12 mages. Right? Okay, I think the playing through Torment tiers I'm going to do off stream. We're not going to test that today. It's going to be boring for us to just watch that now. happy that minions are working. So that's cool. Yeah, in town are only 5 exactly, because in town, the gloves are not working. 12 mages looks okay. You have to consider that we're losing 150% multiplicative damage. Okay, boss powers gave us 150 multiplicative damage. Yeah. So that's gone. And yet I'm still hitting for billions. That's actually quite good. Are you going to test Hydra Sork for this season? Oh, I will definitely test Hydra Sork. I'll test all the builds. Today we wanted to mainly test the minions to see how well they work. And they do work fantastic. Problem is I can't re-roll the poison resistance on my boots. So like if I go now to this, right, and I try to re-roll the poison resistance, thing that happens is nothing. By the way, why can you re-roll tempers, chat? What does that mean? Can I why can I re-roll tempers? To a higher value. Is that intended? I mean, I wouldn't mind, don't get me wrong, but why can I then only reroll 1 temper? You know? I mean, it would be cool, because if you get the perfect ring, then you could actually reroll the temper to maybe get something better. So that's kind of cool. I like that. Right? You need to undo the master working, then it should work. Are you sure?
More there than I thought.
No, poison resistance, still poison resistance, still poison resistance, still poison resistance. We all just want to have some good old... Oh, yeah, that's what I want to see, chat. That's what I want to see. That's a very well masterworked piece of food. You know, sometimes you just gotta do the do, you know, like gotta twist the twiddle, like diddly dee, like dingo dongo, bingo bongo. You know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta do that. Let me try to get a pair of boots here quickly that has essence generation on it and max life. Yeah. That shouldn't be a problem, right? Let's also try to confirm what you've been saying, if that is actually bugged. Where boots? Am I just blind? Boots.
Hello, hello, shining beauty. Shame that. Go one
Okay,
more.
so I got intelligence and wow. I get the 2 most useless boots ever in existence. Oh, holy moly, holy golly, Matt golly.
Hello, shining.
Talk about useless.
Hello,
Like seriously.
Go one more.
Essence per second. There we go. I wanted a maximum life roll. So if I now want to re-roll something, let's say I want to re-roll maximum life. Now it's working. Okay, so that's relief, chat. It's kind of bugged, but it's kind of working.
More than horseshoes and nails. What'd you
Okay,
need?
then we can temper for barrier generation. Good, and movement speed. Set movement speed. I said movement speed. Thank you. Okay. Occult Dominion.
Greetings. How shall I guide my hammer?
Okay, now we got, yeah, look, these are great boots, Jack. Great boots. Great, Great boots, great. Fantastic, fantastic boots even. Fantastic boots. Let me get a... Let's try out something. Allows me to enchant Temper's Bug. Well, I would like that. It would be really amazing if you could actually reroll Tempers. But I don't know if that's a bug. What did I want it to do? Chat? Someone ringing my bell? Why did I teleport to Kirvachad? Oh, yeah. I needed to talk to dog. Because I need a pad. I don't have a pad. In case you forgot, like, in order to get pad, you need to pet dog. But where's dog to pet? Chat, where was the dog you need to pet?
Yes.
It wasn't her? Where was the pet dog? Because I don't have an animal, you know? In the pit city? There's a dog to pet? Are you sure? No, there's none in the wardrobe right now. No dog petting. Sad face. Okay, I wanted to do a dungeon escalation. Okay. We are currently sitting at 35.6k Opticide. And I wanted to know how much would I get an Opticide. What about that dog in you? I did not think about the dog in me. Username.axo. True. So step number 1, chat, is what was the biggest problem that Necromancer could face? And that was he could not be barriered up enough. As you can see right now, I have enough barrier, more than enough barrier, and I can even walk into my enemies without dying. The problem is we currently don't have the cooldown to really spam Army of the Dead. So I need to change my runes, and then I'm going to lose some of my barrier. I'm not sure if I can afford that. Because we're using right now the Quay rune from the Druid to actually activate things, and I don't think that's actually what I want. Right? Oh great, we missed out. See, like, this is one of these dungeons that I hate doing because you actually have to pick up the actual animus, and if you miss the animus, you get to backtrack. Bullshit. After downgrade, overpower with Spiritborn with Thorns a good choice. Technically, Spiritborn got a very good piece of pans that makes the Spiritborn even better than ever before, so the Thorn Spiritborn. But the overpower nerf also significantly nerfs it, drastically nerfs it. Therefore, I can't really tell you if the overpower Spiritborn will still be good. We have to try it. Because simply, like, there was a buff due to the pans, but then there was a nerf due to the overpower, and the overpower was just the significant portion of the damage. So yeah, it's gonna be hard. Night Mike, thank you for your subscription and support. Slarty Bardfist, also welcome back, brother man. So good to have you all there. Good evening. Welcome to the PTR chat. So far, Season 9 is a bit of a mixed bag because the rewards are great from the dungeon escalation itself, but the Horadric rooms are sadly not feeling like I wanted them to feel. So I was expecting these Horadric Strongrooms to be a bit like the end rooms of a vault, which would have been like a really good feeling. But they more turn out to be like the root holds, which is not bad per se, but the root holds were actually better. So that's definitely true. Root holds felt better. Dungeon escalation in itself feels good. Like it's just blasting through nightmare dungeons and then the next nightmare dungeons and then fight Astaroth. So it's like right now dungeon escalation feels like doing a Infernal Horde. Only that Infernal Horde is actually more fun. So that's something to be said because Infernal Hordes are just fantastic, right? Vanessa, someone gifted you a membership. Yes, we had generous gifters today. Oh, there's the butcher. I haven't seen the butcher in forever, Sean. You got butchered? I still find it sad, the loot the butcher gives. I mean, I just killed the butcher. I should be bathing in loot, right? It should be like a goddamn pinata. When he comes straight from hell to whoop your tushy, and then he brings like 3 items. Like the man should be loaded. He's like a mythical creature. He should have like a Santa Claus bag full of loot. I should like he should pop open like an absolute pinata when you kill him from all the souls he has gathered. But no, it's like I'm back to hell. Here's 3 items. Yep, congratulations, you slayed me. So now we are done. That was the Nightmare Dungeon, and I can go to the next one. Okay, we get 4 items, standard 4 items. We get the Opticide. It's all cool. There's a bug with the Strongrooms. What bug with the Strongrooms? Raiden. Can you post the post? Can you post to the post? I need more time. So like my biggest issue with the dungeon escalation is right now that you have to do the shitty nightmare dungeons. Okay, so some of the nightmare dungeons designs are just leading to long nightmare dungeons. I mean, technically, since every nightmare dungeon gives you Opticide, it doesn't actually matter if they're longer or shorter. But still, some just have shitty design, right? Like some are like I need to return the mechanical box to the pedestal right now. I don't know where the mechanical box is, right? So if I don't find the mechanical box or if I don't know where it is, I'm just unnecessary backtracking through the dungeon. Let's see, known issue. Thank you very much for sharing this post. I will make sure to. Yeah, Horadric Strongrooms bugged and other known issues. Okay, Blizzard has released Hi All PDR issues known threat. Equipment Delve affix not dropping reward cache upon completion. Some dungeon interactable including chests and artifacts have incorrect tooltip. Material reserve might incorrectly drop equipment. Players can be locked out of choosing the next pillar they want to activate while in the strong room. Some nightmare dungeon keys may not spawn. The dungeons when activated. Power shrine. Herodic artifacts may display missing strings. Gem reserves. Strong rooms may appear in regular dungeons. So nothing too special. Nothing worldly broken yet. Strong rooms may appear in regular dungeons. Death animations. After defeating Atheros, the player might be limited existing by using a town portal. Using skills, combination of catalyst, classes, wardrobe, boost NPC, game system. No, actually the strong rooms are not bugged. Does the Army of the Dead benefit from stealth? No. I'm sad they nerfed Soul Rift. Yeah, but they had to nerf Soul Rift. I mean, Vanessa, let's be all real with each other for a second. I'm sad they nerfed Soul Rift 2, yes, but it was a broken skill. I mean, since they introduced Soul Rift was pretty much doing everything every other Necromancer skill did, just better. So obviously that was a little bit too strong. Like, I don't think anyone will argue that Soul Rift wasn't just simply broken, right? Because it was. I wonder if I can drop the Kui rune and just be happy with my barrier regardless, because my barrier is doing good right now. They nerfed Darkness builds too, yes, but technically due to the new Darkness theme, so there is a Horadric jewel that allows you to apply even more damage over time. Technically, they should be good. I say technically they should be good because practically is never reality. I kind of like that the Druid rune is popping here, Chad. I'm not sure if I can put this away. I'm not sure if I can put the Druid barrier away. I just like it way too much. It's really making me next level tanky, but I need the bonus cooldown reduction. I wonder if this all would get solved if I actually masterwork the Harlequin Crest different. But I can't rely on getting the Harlequin Crest, right? It's like, hey, if you have Harlequin Crest, like, then everything is fine. You can say it was broken or everything else was just shit. I mean, like, yeah, kind of. Okay, we're not looking for you to mingle and jingle. Like, we're still blasting through the nightmare dungeons just to get to Astaroth, because Astaroth is the one that has all the loot, okay? By the way, my minions might do a lot of damage, right, guys? But I haven't seen any damage up to 30 billion, and that is something I've actually seen before this season. So my minions are currently moving in the 1 to 5 billion area, right? And I haven't seen them actually do anything crazy, like 20, 30, 40 billion. And these numbers of 20, 30, 40 billions I actually did see before. Okay. Losing the melee minions destroyed our cooldown reduction. Yeah, I mean, not having the Reapers with a guaranteed cooldown reduction is bad. Because right now the only cooldown reduction you have is Lucky Hit. That being said, you only need to get the Army of the Dead every 7 seconds, and that should be possible with enough cooldown reduction. And that's where I'm thinking about a rune could help, because right now as a rune you could play... I'll show you what rune combo I'm thinking about. That would be Nagu into... Zell, I think. Is it Zell? The one that gives you ultimate cooldown reduction. That one is kind of good. Things don't usually nerf. They would get better buffing things. I do agree. I mean, no one knows why Blizzard is so horny for nerfing stuff. Obviously, again, the overpower. Okay, so the Horadric, you can't miss the Horadric gateways, guys. They did this in a smart way. So the gateways, they just appear in the middle of a dungeon, right? Like I just walked and then the gateway just suddenly appeared. So I couldn't actually miss the gateway. This is a strong room, by the way. Again, if you have missed it, like you get attacked by minions, then the strong room activates and you can actually enter the strong room. Good. Go into the portal. One thing they did mistake though is this. So now I have to kill minions to get attunement already. But it kind of feels extra. Like, why do I have to do this? Like, really, it's just making the strong room longer than necessary. Just let me choose from the pillars right away. Okay, Test of Wandering. Catch Wisp of Energy. Grants Idol of Horadric attunement while held. Okay. Grants Idol. For each shrine interacted, all monsters but pillar ritual plus 25%. Okay, cool. And then Wisp of Energy for more attunement. So you choose 3. Then you activate these artifacts, right? I gotta slay monsters here right now until this one dissipates, I assume. Not entirely sure. Alright, so that ritual was done faster. Get that, more attunement, activate the next one. Pull everything together. That's why it said like 25% faster ritual. See, ritual done again. Next one. You know what's missing? Like the Undercity, like that I know how much attunement gives me more loot. Because right now it says that the amount of loot is based on the amount of attunement you have, right? But it doesn't tell me if the amount of attunement I have is good or bad. Right? Is this now a good amount of attunement I have? Or is this a bad amount of attunement I have? Am I doing, is like, right? So I would like to see a bar on the side that shows me that, like, oh, now you have 500 attunement bonus loot. Now you have 1,000 attunement bonus loot. Now you have 2. You know what I mean? Does that make sense for you? Like giving us this little progression bar? I think this would go a long way, personally.
I'm not ready yet.
Because right now I'm kind of missing the, like, there's no chase, okay? So obviously I'm trying to get as much achievement as possible because sure, why wouldn't I? But I just like don't know, I don't have a goalpost I'm working towards, right? In the Undercity you have like this goalpost that you're working towards too, like you know kind of what you can achieve and what is actually possible. Where here I just do the do for doing the do, right? So we have our achievement. But I don't know if it's like 3,000 a lot now. Is it not a lot? This is Horadric Wilds. That was such a sad loot. Okay, chat. For 3,000 attunement, I just got a unique item and a Horadric locket. Okay, can I just spam this? Is that broken, chat? Or is there a limited amount inside of this? Yeah, man, that's just infinite. So, yeah, so like I think the whole strong room theme can get better. There's right now, like it's an okay concept, right? But I feel like it's missing to make it like really exciting. This is definitely my feedback right now, correct? How do you feel from what you've seen, Chad? Yeah, just wait and see. Like, I mean, Patrick, this is all obviously possible to integrate, but we need to give that feedback, right? We need to tell them how we feel. I think including that progress bar is obviously something that is still possible, right? Like, it is something to reasonably ask for without expecting them to like change the complete strong room. We don't want to change the actual way how the strong room works, right? We just want something bonus added to it. It's really lackluster. It doesn't feel special enough. Like the way how they presented the strong rooms, it was like it sounded like, wow, this is going to be really, really cool. And it's just like root holds. I think the best way to compare it is root holds. It's just root holds with a different skin. I mean, they obviously learned from root holds because people loved root holds, but that actually root holds felt better. Okay, we get this, and now we are ready for Astaroth, chat. I wanted this summon necro to be decent, therefore I'm happy. Everything else can be worse, right? Yeah, you're not wrong. Before we fight Astaroth, I should clear my inventory. I really hope they would rework the Nightmare Dungeons. I mean, they did rework the Nightmare Dungeons with the Nightmare Dungeon escalation, which actually does feel quite good. Just saying. And the Astaroth at the end. That being said, like maybe I was expecting more to Nightmare Dungeons 2. So that's Astaroth. You have to pummel him off his horse. And then his horse actually slowly regains HP if you wouldn't just destroy him so quick. Look at the loot, chat. Oh, that was lackluster, but first time I get better loot. First time I got better loot. I'm a bit disappointed this time. I mean, first time was like twice the amount of loot. Yeah, no immune phase. I mean, like for doing 3 Nightmare Dungeons, then killing Astaroth, and then getting some Opticide. I mean, I went through this right now, and it's 1,000. No, it's 2,000 Opticide if I'm not mistaken. So I got now 2,000 Opticide for my efforts, but I also don't have a pet to actually pick up the Opticide currently, so I'm pretty sure I missed a lot of the Opticide that was possible, right?
I cannot do that here.
So feedback right now. Let's wrap together how we feel currently. The Horadric powers feel absolutely underwhelming. I don't even feel them. Sure, they give me Barrier, right? That's cool. But I don't really feel them. If they're there or not. They might be, they might not be, you know, whatevs. That I can solve some problems with them, like I get bonus barrier, that's nice. So that works. The boss power system was better. Right? So this is what I kind of say. Like the boss power system was better. Or felt better, for sure. We wanted to change a rune. Because I wanted to get the legendary ultimate cooldown reduction. Reduce the active cooldown. No, I need to do reduce ultimate cooldown. What was ultimate? Try that one out. So much depth to them? Not really. I mean, like, you pretty much choose the power, fix your problem, and then you never look back. I'm not saying that we are not able to, like, you're not able to get some interesting damage out of these, right? But, like, the way how the boss powers natively augmented what you were doing was a bit cooler. Oh, I'm being kicked out. Was a bit cooler for sure. I'm not saying the powers are bad. Right? A Torment 4, big boy. But alone seeing 12 mages is already great. This makes Daddy Pony very happy. Okay, now we're getting barrier only from Lucky Hit and from... Look at the damage though, Chad. Oh, 5 billion hit. Okay, that's nice. So we got enough barrier, and I could use my ulti more often, so that's nice. We need to go back to Belial. Storm, good to see you there. Thank you for the Prime Gaming subscription, Storm. Howdy doodly dandy Andy. Hope you're feeling very well. Do 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 do. Right now, I'm just like playing around with the survivability that Nectar has. Really want to know how much more surviving can we get.
What is reality? Only what I allow you to believe.
Yeah, look at my ulti cooldown now, Chad. So now my ulti cooldown is actually worth it. With the runes. Without the runes, it's like just not working. Damage is good. Yeah, damage is good. Yeah, like that.
I'm not ready yet.
Easy peasy. The problem is I have level 100 glyphs, so that's a bit of a scam, right? Minions tank the Belial attack. Oh, minions can't die. Sir, minions can't die. Why? Aspect of service and sacrifice. Skeletal warriors explode on death, dealing damage, okay? Skeletal mages take 90% less damage and deal 200% more damage. Are you not applying Decrepify? My minions have a 5% chance to apply Decrepify. I have 12 minions and my minions are attacking twice. So if I'm not applying Decrepify, then I don't know what I even do with my life. I refuse to handishly curse. So I just expect this to work, right? I just expect this decrepify to decrepify without me having to click anything. Really, it actually happens? I think it does. Are you okay defensive-wise with no Soul Rift? Yes. We are getting currently defense whenever I use my power. So this here, this Horadric power, that triggers every 4.3 seconds. So when I use my corpse explosion, every 4.3 seconds I get this barrier, okay? And then on top I have the lucky hit chance barrier for my skeletons, and that is actually enough. If I need more barrier, I can activate the Kui rune to actually do this. The thing is, so like, let's go to a target dummy, then I'll show you. The problem with that scheme is that with a Kui rune, we're lacking cooldown reduction that we would need for the ultimate. Okay. So let's go. Okay, but teleporting breaks the game, Chad. No, teleporting does not actually break the game. Teleporting freezes my whole PC. Hello? Cool. Okay. Teleporting just crashes my whole PC. Why wouldn't it? Are you on an AMD GPU? I am on an AMD GPU, but that has nothing to do with the AMD GPU. And everything just with the PDR being the PDR. Okay, so we get a boss dummy. Okay, like I have no barrier. So now we summon my... So that, like, I would only get barrier through lucky hit. As you can see, this is nothing. So if I would only rely on this, there wouldn't be much coming out. But if I do the corpse explosion and this together, I am pretty much consistently sitting at more or less fully buried up, right? So if I'm actually using all my cooldowns available, then we're kind of sitting at the full barrier, right? At any given moment. So it's somewhat working. That's good, right? And this is without the runes, so I would sit pretty much at like buried up. And it's important because I need the buried up for damage. My biggest problem right now is, despite, like, see, this is 5 billion damage. So we're seeing like 4 or 5 billion, we see 4 or 5 billion, but we haven't seen any double-digit billion right now. And that's really a problem. Because last season, with the boss powers, double-digit billions easily, right? So this is single-digit billions. And if we're now looking at what could I improve? Sure, I could get more ranks into Skeletal Mage Mastery, right? More ranks there are possible. I could get more ranks to Hellbang Commanders, so better masterwork. I could get not much better here. We're maxed out, right? The aspect is maxed out as well with the 200%. Then on the ring, we could get mage damage, but we're also maxed out on the aspect. We could get this higher and better masterwork, but only slightly. And we could get ranks to Hellbang Commander, righto? That being said, all the aspects are maxed out, so the increase on Skeletal Mage Mastery ranks would be minuscule. So we're sitting currently at 8 ranks. We could go up to 12 ranks, I reckon, if we masterwork the right way. So 12 ranks is possible, 13 maybe, but not too much. There's a bug with the gloves. What would be the bug with the gloves? Viagra? I mean, it's not that I'm not happy. Like, there was a 7 billion hit, right? But the biggest issue right now probably is that this damage is only possible with level 100 runes. Okay? Glyphs. So in my Paragon board, all my glyphs are 100. Which is obviously a significant booster, right? That's a lot of percentage multiplier that I would usually not have. I would be at 8% instead of 14%. So that's 6% more damage than one should have right now. They did a stat squish. At one point you did 10.2 billion. Well, that's good to see. They didn't do a stat squish. On the live server, you have a boss power that gives you... On the live server, you had a boss power that gives you 150 million damage multiplier for summons. Which helps, obviously. Is there a Paragon board that helps increase health as a Necro? Yes, tons. So Flash Eater has 8% and another 8%. Then you get the Frailty board, which gets another 4% and then even more, another 4 and 8%. So that's 12 in total. Then you get the Scent of Death, which has 8%, 10, 12, 14. So 14% max life. The Cult Leader actually doesn't give you any max life in the first one as well. But I'm actually sitting at 15,000 life, and that is without a greater affix maximum life here, without a greater affix maximum life here, with pens that are actually the pens, without greater maximum life on this one, without greater maximum life on the ring, without, yeah, maximum life even on the amulet, right? There was an article you showed earlier. There was a common bug with the hand. Hand of Nas. Here has several bugged interactions with minions. Okay. Several minion bugged interactions with the unique item, the Hand of Nas. Okay. So maybe we could get even more damage. Because what does several bugged interactions mean? Right? If I don't activate a single damage booster, we would still sit at 500 million hits, right? So this is without a damage booster activated. If I now go for the Corpse Tendrils, like, damage is going even higher, so that's nice to see. We can now go for Corpse Explosion, which also gives us the... Right? This is also bonus damage multiplier. You then go for this, that's when you're hitting the billions. So the Army of the Dead is right now allowing us to hit for the billions. That's where the damage goes bonkers currently. Right? But you gotta, like, apply every multiplier in the book. I guess I'm fine with this. I'm like happy. Minions are good. And probably after the test server, if everything works, we should probably do full damage, right? I mean, this one glove you want as 4 greater affixes because everything is good. The max life is good, the attack speed is good, the mage damage is good, the mage mastery is good, and the 100% is good. There's not a single bad thing on these gloves. What about Mercs? Mercs could give us bonus attack speed that we reach more attack speed, but we get 61.2% attack speed. And then plus the attack speed from the summons in general, right? So Mercs wouldn't really do much for the build. Righto? Is Zangivar viable for this build? No. Zangivar is not viable for this build. So you probably like get him and then have him increase your damage even though he's not max leveled, and hire her as a reinforcement and get her to do whatever. So that would be that. I mean, the testing stone is always, can you kill Belial? So we can kill Belial, right? Tomorrow we definitely have to test the blood builds as well to see how good the blood builds are. Because that is a big question. Like, does Bloodwave do good? Does Bloodlands do good? Like, how are they all doing? I think I gotta like sit down off stream, create like a list of 10 builds that we want to do tomorrow, and then just work them all down. We're playing super mages. Yes, these are the super mages. This is the Hand of Nas mage build. Let's see, what are people writing? You can always just... So far, Nas have been doing up to 10 damage. I swear, guys, the game is working. It's just a bit sleepy. How do you get the gloves? You have to kill Belial, and then you're choosing Andariel, Duriel, or Harbinger. Okay? Andariel, Duriel, Harbinger. I'm stuck in a loading screen. Loading screens are your enemy, Chan. Don't you dare teleporting. Chat, don't you dare teleporting. Don't be like me and teleport. Okay, do I crash the game now and try to get back in? I reckon I will. Downtime, the enemy of all streamers. Yeah, but like the PDR is really working slow. We have to kill Belial in Season 9 to get the gloves. I mean, in Season 9 to get the gloves, you either kill Andariel, Duriel, or the Harbinger of Hatred, or Belial. It's completely your choice. Only that the killing the Belial will give them to you more likely or faster, right? But you can pretty much play minions into Torment 1, 2, and you kill Duriel in Torment 2 super easy, and get yourself the Hand of Naz, and then you get the Ring of Mendeln also super easy from the Beast of Ice. So usually it's not a problem to get your pieces. Did bullshit too good with Season 9. It didn't do horrible. That's for sure. But it doesn't feel... So far, Season 9 feels worse than Season 8. That's what that's like from a vibe. That's what I think. I gotta say, yeah. Season 8 was just like the boss powers felt a bit better than these Horadric powers. I literally set them up, and now I will never care about them again, right?
What is
Like I don't even wish to experiment with them much. Like you just put them in, it's like yay, done. Set and forget, pretty much. Oh, he reset my settings. I hate that. What did he reset? Well, I used to I use my my left click skill. I use that with 5 usually. I don't even know how to trigger the left click skill otherwise. Right? Yeah. So this is like the worst part of the PDR. He doesn't like save keys, because like for me under controls I have, this is 5 and this is left click, and I need to play like this. Seems every season we're just getting a group of different powers. It's getting kind of stale. I mean, like, yes, I guess that's the way it is, sir. That is correct. Like, we can kill Belial with minions. And our barrier is also holding up, and our cooldown is holding up, so both things are actually working quite nice. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I mean, considering that the Hand of Naz seems to have some bugged interactions, considering I'm not maxed out, I think minis are going to be super fun to play. That's why Rax didn't play Season 8. He got burned with powered. I mean, Rax hates Diablo 4 anyways. I don't know why he keeps touching it, probably for the views. But the man plays 2 minutes of Diablo 4 and already throws a temper tantrum. No offense, right? It's okay. But you know, it's been like, play 2 hours of the new season, make a video of the state of Diablo 4, stop playing Diablo 4. That's been that, right? So I wouldn't really take that as a yeah, as a measuring stone for anything, you know? I mean, I thought Season 8 was going to be a 1 or 2 week stream. I had a lot of fun, And I did 4 weeks of season 8. You know? I did 4 weeks of season 8 and I loved it. It was a very good season. It was actually one of the better seasons that the game had so far. Which really surprises me to say because I did not expect that. At all. You can increase the size. You can... Ah, lucky hit. Okay. Wait, so this one says damage from your catalyst has up to an 80% chance to consume damage over time effects and deal their damage instantly. Interesting. Enemy barriers. Ground's unstoppable. When I could be permanently unstoppable. Days, ground stealth, permanent heal. I wonder if the heal would overheal you. You know? Nothing too special. I'd rather have 10 or 20 more skilled sub-skills to choose from, which are about equal in power. Oh, absolutely true. I mean, this power scheme is bad. The boss power scheme was good. The witch power scheme was also good. So the Berserk crossover is a cash grab cosmetic. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're correct, sir. You're not wrong. This is right. Okay, right now, I gotta say, Nightmare Escalation is good, but it's not good enough to make me play it over Nightmare Dungeons, Infernal Hordes. So what I was hoping for is that the new event, the new sigil, the new Nightmare Dungeon Escalation would be like, yay, you know, I want to play this over the Infernal Hordes, but the opposite is actually the case. I kind of still want to play Infernal Hordes, right? The gloves you get from Endariel, Duriel, and the Harbinger of Hatred. Good. Minions are working. Tomorrow we're going to be testing the blood builds. So if the overpower builds are still working, I reckon they should. We're going to take roughly the same setup. So we're not going to be changing much, just some aspects. Let's save this already, but it's probably not going to save. So we're going to make a new character most likely. Yeah, we're probably going to have to make a new character. We'll see. So far, I'm going to say Season 9 is going to be mid if it stays this way. But I do hope that Blizzard is going to listen to our feedback to improve the strong rooms. Because the strong rooms are definitely not good enough yet. That being said, we're going to wrap it up here today. This was great pleasure. I'm very thankful for all of you who have been here. I hope you're looking forward tomorrow for more Season 9 PDR. Because I got to say that the strength of the respective builds kind of determines how much fun I will have. Since if all the builds turn out to be lackluster, then where's the fun that you could have? Right? This is going to be a big part of this. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming, watching, lurking, chatting. I wish you a great rest of your evenings. And I'll be showing you more tomorrow. Cheerio.